John Paul in Riverdale. Oh, sorry.
See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
John Paul in Riverdale, strutting around Riverdale this morning.
What do you got something against night moves? What's wrong with this? Turn the page. How about still the same?
They're both all three a little
Against
sleepy.
the Wind, Hollywood Nights. What's wrong with those?
Well, Hollywood Nights was almost. I tossed a coin.
I mean, really?
I tossed a coin between this song and Hollywood Nights.
Like a rock? I mean,
I passed on Like a Rock.
I don't know why. Turn the page, man.
Because
he's fine.
He's fine.
Is he?
I think. On this day in 1945, Bob Seger was born.
Well, he's 80. But
Yeah.
he's fine.
So that song was criticized for being sexist.
Yes.
Well,
what? You respect the butt?
now wait.
They do respect her butt.
Hang on. The song was inspired by his admiration for Jane Fonda.
Oh,
Jane Fonda?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so
He said. I know the song sounds sexist, but honest to God, I am not a sexist person. I'm really not. Women have to understand it is human nature that guys do like to watch women walk by. Mm-hmm. That's just human nature. But I'm not a sexist. I'm sorry if you feel I was objectifying women. I made that song about Jane Fonda because by strut I just meant attitude. She has attitude.
she does.
And you got to respect it.
Well, and a nice butt.
Yes, I saw Barbarella.
Yeah, she did. Well, I saw lots of Barbara Streisand, but what was it?
Who?
Jane Fonda.
I mean, Jane Fonda. I don't want to see Barbara Streisand.
Oh, there was a time.
Yeah.
Main event.
The main event.
No.
The cover
Ryan
of
O'Neal.
yeah, the cover
The
of the
shorts.
album in her shorts.
Yeah, but if you look close and you see those fingernails, you just got to go. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm
Well,
not.
she had boxing gloves on in that. So.
Oh, okay. Well, they're
You
covered
could
up.
forget the nails. Were
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band hit after hit after hit.
Tons of them. I didn't play this one.
Thank you for not doing this.
When he dies, this is what
Yeah.
they'll play.
Yeah, I don't like this one much.
This is the one that probably he has his night moves.
Very good.
He probably has a whole house dedicated.
Old time rockin' house.
Bad Brad Wheeler says the Bob Seger system was better than the Bob Seger and Silver Bullets, in my opinion.
Oh.
I loved Ramblin' Gamblin' Man
Oh.
by the Bob Seger system.
Interesting.
Oh, this song, Night Moves.
Yes.
If you can find it, there's a black and white video of Sissy Spacek twirling the baton to this song.
Oh, really?
It's incredible. She's somehow oddly sexy.
Well, firm and high. It's a nice song.
It is a good song.
Still the same.
Very good.
Against the Wind.
Very good.
Hollywood Nights.
Very good.
Down on Main Street.
Yes.
He's rather
We got
folksy.
Tonight, Who Needs Tomorrow?
He's rather folksy, isn't he?
Turn the page.
Very good.
Uh-oh.
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 You stuck on this one? Come on. Come on.
You can do it.
Only one more after this.
Okay, what is it? Oh,
Come on, do it, and I'll give you a squeeze burger.
Look down a westbound road, right away I made my choice.
what is it?
Oh, come on now.
Headed out to my big two-wheeler, I was tired of my own boy.
I'm disappointed in you.
I am disappointed in you. Roll me away.
Oh,
The
okay.
northern plains and just roll that power
There it
on.
is, yeah.
There you go.
Give me
This is the Bob Seger system.
Okay, and is this the Rambling Gambling
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah, that sounds more bluesy.
So this was before he was Silver Bullet.
I guess.
Cause I was born lonely, down the
Yeah.
hillside, learned to spin fortune wheels and throw dice. I was just 13 when I had to leave home, knew I couldn't stick around.
Pretty good.
Ain't good looking, but you know I ain't shy, ain't afraid to look at
Would you know that's Bob Seger
I would.
if you had?
He wants to dream like a young man.
It's a different feel, though.
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
Of an old man. He wants his home and security. He wants to live
I'm not
like
familiar
a
with this
sailor at sea.
era.
Beautiful loser.
Is that what it's called? Beautiful Loser?
Yeah.
He had other bands before the System.
Mm-hmm.
Town Criers.
Oh, really?
That's a terrible name. The Decibels.
The Decibels. That sounds like a doo-wop.
Because as I look at the track list of this one album, Stranger in Town, it's got a ton of hits. And that's the one with Old Time Rock and Roll on.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Hollywood Nights, still the same. Feel Like a Number. We've Got Tonight.
That's all on that one?
That's all on that one album. I
You
mean,
still haven't played one of my favorites, though, Kerry.
which one?
Shakedown. Breakdown, Takedown.
What? Are you embarrassed by that?
It's from Beverly Hills Cop.
Because it's from a
There
movie.
it is. It's so 80s. This is 80s Bob Seger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good song, too. It's the Axel Foley hanging off the back of his
What you think you pulled, you'll find it's not enough.
Pretty good.
No matter who you think you know, you won't get through. It's a given LA law. Someone's faster on the draw. No matter where you hide, I'm coming after you.
Bob Seger says his earliest musical inspirations: Little Richard, Elvis Presley, and the Del Vikings. Their song "Come Go With Me."
Oh, really?
Which is a great song.
It is.
Another room without a view awaits downtown. You can shake it for a while, live it up in style.
That is pretty 80s.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not going to get to the hook?
Oh,
just,
okay.
Just a second. Here it is.
It always takes a while.
Break down, take down, everybody wants you to cry aloud. Break down, take
You're
down,
busted.
you're busted.
There you go.
Not much of a hook.
It's not?
It just kind of blends in. I don't know.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right. There was a little bit of musicology for you. Let's take a break, and then we will check in with you, or you will check in with us.
Yes.
877-602-9696 is the check-in number. Like to hear from you in the morning. Please give us a call, 877-602-9696, or you can text us if you prefer that. 33986 is the way to do that.
Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Long been a leader in laser vision and laser vision correction, I should say. And they have the very latest now in laser technology. When you were there and got your eyes done, you thought it was pretty
I
fancy.
thought it was pretty cool, but apparently this new system is
Way
even
fancier.
better. And
Way
they're
better.
and they're tech nerds down there. They're always getting the new gear in.
They have the Zeiss Visimax 800. They call it the SMILE procedure. It is the probably the most advanced laser or PRK surgery in the world. If you've been told in the past that that you weren't a candidate, you might be now with this new technology. So check it out with Hoops Vision. Ask them about the SMILE procedure. Call 877-30-LASIK and make your no-obligation appointment. And right now you'll save $1,000 off the procedure, either LASIK or PRK. So it's Hoops Vision. Carrie and I have both done it. Many of our family members have. It's great. 877-30-LASIK or visit hoopsvision.com.
Todd Newcomb knows that.
List, because people love a good list. X96.
This is old-fashioned manners that society has abandoned. And on this list, which is what made me think about it, removing your hat when you're indoors.
Yeah.
Now, Kerry makes a big show of putting on his hat every morning at the beginning of the show. But customarily, etiquette guides us to remove our hats upon entering indoor spaces. People don't do that.
And don't throw your hat on the bed. It's bad luck.
Well,
That's not etiquette. That's just common sense.
That's cowboy lore. You're supposed to not put the hat right side up. You can put the hat upside down on a bed, but not right side up.
Oh, okay.
Is a thing.
All right.
For some reason. Hand kissing.
Charmed.
Dating back to the 17th and 18th centuries, the ritual of
I do
hand
that.
kissing. You still do a hand kiss?
Not so much anymore since COVID, but I have been known to be a hand kisser.
Bill Allred, known hand kisser.
Yeah.
Addressing letters, dear sir or madam.
Right. Well, it's better than hey you.
Hey.
Listen up, jerk.
There was a time you would only send professional emails during business hours. Do you remember this?
No,
Yes.
I don't remember that.
There was a time where that was etiquette is one
Yes.
I can't
It was very brief.
Or on a Saturday
Yeah.
or on a
It was very brief.
I missed that. Sending thank you cards.
Yeah.
People don't do that anymore.
That's something everyone should be better at.
Yeah.
But
And here's my favorite. Women remaining seated when being introduced. So
Please don't get up.
No.
No, don't get up. No, you don't. Please.
Toasting with alcoholic beverages. Haven't you been somewhere when somebody's offering a toast and you're like, oh, you can't toast with water? That's bad luck.
yeah.
But
Well,
I have never
I
heard
don't-
anybody say that.
I don't refer to it as bad luck. I refer to it as a waste of time.
Yeah.
the conventional norm gradually waned as time progressed, allowing space for a broader array of inclusive toasting alternatives, like sparkling cider or non-alcoholic.
Back to your email thing.
Yes.
Apparently, that email business hours thing, that is apparently law in France.
I like that law.
Yeah.
And it's email, not just mail. It's
And
email.
between their their medicine, their hospitalization and everything, and that reason enough to move there.
And they have young gay prime minister.
and the food.
I'm going to start doing that. Just make sure I don't send any business email outside of 9 to 5.
It's funny, I don't. I don't think I do.
I
anyway.
probably do.
Not business email.
Or if
I
you
don't-
receive one, do you do this where you go, yeah, I read that, but I'm not going to do anything about it
I do that
until
all
Monday.
Yes, I do that all the time.
I think I'm not even going to open them.
You send me something Friday after 5 p.m. business wise, I'm not going to touch it.
Don't even open it. Yeah, don't open it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Any other things on
That's
there?
it.
that's good.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
986.
All right, 621. Let's get this over with.
I don't know. I think maybe we're just going to have to stop doing check-ins.
Why?
Well, nobody calls.
That's not true. Nobody calls.
When is the last time somebody called us on check-ins? You remember?
Friday.
Thursday. It's been days.
877-602-9696.
I'm about ready to just drop the boom on it. But let's officially begin the program, and then we'll see if there are any check-ins at 877-602-9696. Do we have a sponsor?
Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrates their new location with incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
The moon is 69.1% of full. It is a waxing gibbous moon. The moon will rise today at 3 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 6th day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Donkey Week. So it's a week to praise the donkey as established by what's referred to as donkey enthusiasts.
Okay.
I guess. It's National Nurses Day, salute to nurses, and National Teachers Day. And it's also Roast Leg of Lamb Day.
Oh, yes.
So roast a leg of lamb and feed a teacher or a nurse or both. And it's National Tourist Appreciation Day. Tourists, they can be a pain in the butt, but they also
like
are
their money.
they're very vital to certain economies. So, and this is an all-new edition of the donkey enthusiasts known as the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson. It's Radio from Hell's Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred, also a member of the Radio from Hell team. Right over there, Gina Barberi, another Lord of Morning Radio here on Radio from Hell. Katie for short is the fine producer of the Radio from Hell show. And who's in there today? It's Maya. And we also have the dog in there, I'm sure, as well. Yes, there's Vax trying to sleep, but having a rough time of it.
Why are you all making so much noise?
I can't get to sleep. I can't get comfortable. All right. All right. Check-ins now, 877-602-9696, or you can text us at 33986.
All right, let's start with Joshua.
Joshua, good morning.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. What's up in Layton today?
Just sprinkling a little bit on my way to work.
Sorry to hear that.
The traffic at the gate isn't too bad.
Yeah, Hill Air Force Base has been just bad every day, hasn't it, lately?
It has, yeah. It's like there's a rush at almost 4 o'clock every single day. It takes longer to get off base than it does get on sometimes.
Well, I'm sure it's because they fired some people.
Well, it's gotten so congested up there, and they're talking about there are only 3 ways to get onto the base. They're talking about adding a fourth gate now.
Oh, construction, that'll help.
I'm hoping they do.
It's probably a good idea.
I'm hoping they open up that east side gate. That'd be so nice for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, listen, what do you do there, Joshua?
I'm an engineer.
Okay. So you drive a train for them?
Yeah, that kind, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
No, I'm an electrical engineer working on the jets.
Oh, cool. It's top secret work, I'll bet.
Some of it is, yeah, sadly. So this is about the only time I can have my phone with me.
Oh, really? That's interesting. They make you put it away, huh?
Oh, yeah. You can't go into the building with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting. Well, Joshua, have a good day at work, and stay safe on the road there.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, bye-bye.
See, that's all. Just check
Yeah.
in, little friendly chat in the morning. It's nice to hear from people.
Now, see, Joshua has to turn his phone in when he goes into a secured area. If only Pete Hegseth had that same problem.
Yeah.
Apparently, there is more signal gate. Like a lot more.
Yeah.
Did I hear that they got Signal got hacked?
And so they switched to a different one.
Yeah.
And that one got hacked.
Yeah.
Because that one apparently is easier to hack than even Signal.
How about you use the traditional?
How about you? Yeah, you do what
really
they did
super
before.
secret.
Oh, but then I can't have my followers with me.
My wife can't be a part of this.
Yeah. Bus driver.
877-602-9696 is our number. Go ahead.
Bus driver Troy checking in. Let's see. The only #1 song he had was from Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Really?
Seeger, is that right?
I don't know. I didn't. I closed out the website.
I recognized all the songs, so I don't
But
care if
maybe
it was
not number one.
number one or not. Brody is here.
Hey, Brody, how are things in Idaho Falls?
Good morning, Lords. I just encountered a snowstorm last night, but now it's all dried up and sunny today.
A snowstorm.
Yeah, we had rain, hard rain all night long.
Yeah, it rained
last
all night.
Yeah, it was blistering sideways over here, but it's gone now. So
And then it's going to be like 80 in a couple of days.
Yep, on Friday, Saturday.
Brody, doesn't it always snow on the Malad Pass? I mean, isn't it all year round? It snows on the
It
Malad
seems like
Pass?
it's always treacherous there.
I've never had a problem with that pass. I've seen other people with that problem though.
I've driven
I've-
some
I've-
bad stuff.
I rolled a car there.
Yep.
Oof.
The KJQ Suzuki Samurai.
Oh, wow. Not
At least
a safe
it wasn't
vehicle.
your
It
car.
wasn't my car.
Not
Yeah.
a safe vehicle.
All right.
So, Brody, anything else?
I got a weird question for you.
Okay.
Going through the podcasts, you've made a joke in the past saying like you can call in and just you can just go tell Bill to go to hell. There are days they want to call in just to go and just say Bill go to hell and hang up on the phone and give you the dial tone.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be rude unless you know that it's a joke.
Oh, okay. He's just prefacing
okay,
it. If it
okay.
happens,
All right.
Brody's just kidding.
Okay.
Well, let's try it now, Brody.
Yeah, tell me to go to
Because
hell. And
I guarantee you we won't get a dial tone. But go ahead.
then, tell me to go to hell and slam the phone down.
Bill, go to hell.
Yeah, see, we don't have dial tones
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Right Wing Wade checking in.
Same to you, Brody.
A very young Glenn Fry from the Eagles was singing backup on Ramblin' Man.
Oh.
Did not know that. Cardboard Chris is somehow oddly sexy in Spanish Fork.
I believe that.
Mike in Nashville checking in. Perry City listener, happy birthday to my daughter Caitlin. She turns the big 1.0 today. It was that 1
Or is
or
that
10?
10? It's probably 10.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn Fry was supposed to sing Shakedown, but had stomach problems. So he asked Bob Seger to sing it.
Oh, I could hear Glenn Fry doing that. Glenn Fry died of stomach problems.
Yeah. Zane of Dallas checking in. If I could say a few words, I'd be a better public speaker. Guess where my wife is?
Is she in the hospital again, Zane?
She possibly has heart failure.
Oh, man.
Is it hello, yeah, what, or X-Pol?
Hello, yeah, what later today. So if you would like to call in later, we'll be doing that.
Let's see. Dr. Neal here, always amazed at Gina's ability to name songs as she does.
I don't have any marketable skills, Neil.
Mixer driver Shane checking in. Let's see.
Well, you use that on the radio, I guess. We pay you something
I guess
for
so.
that. You get paid something for that.
Emmett the Pool Guy, born in 02, too young to understand this farting around.
I was old farting around.
Yeah. Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher. Well, see, that's the thing, Emmett, is that we've now opened your eyes to something.
Maybe you think, hey, that Bob Seger guy's pretty cool. I'm going to listen to some more of that.
HVAC Scott of Vineyard, morning, Lords. My son started crawling.
Aww.
All right. Jocelyn from Sandy. Jonathan, senior otter correspondent, checking in. Meshach of Erda.
We haven't had any good otter news lately, Jonathan. Get on that, will you?
Dan of Evanston. Soda Scrub checking in from Logan. Chelsea. Tristan. Richard, Johnny B, Mikkel, Ranger Kate. Everybody's checking in now. Let's get underway, shall we?
Okay. And getting underway. I was expecting more traffic issues this morning with wet roads, but so far no accidents being reported. You can report something, though, if you see it. I appreciate it when you let us know what you're seeing on the roads. 33986 is where you do that.
All right, we got some messages and a song. After that song, it's Big Boy News, and then Frank Christ Presents will tell you how to play the Dead Celebrity Game coming up and what you'll win on the way. Randlife.com/X96.
It is time for buying a house in the springtime. That's what people have the tendency to do. They say, well, let's get a new house in the springtime. And Rand Life is here to help you. They are a local mortgage company. I've used them, and it was a fine experience. Rand Life knows what they're doing. Rand Life Home Loans has made it better than ever because they've slashed their floor rate on the 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage to 3.25%. That's 3.25% on 5.98 APR. That's 3.25, 3.25. That's really low. It'll get you started on your home ownership journey with lower payments up front. Whether you're a first-time buyer or making a move, a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage will give you a lot of flexibility and savings to get into your dream home right now. If you want to find out more about it, and experts, so people who understand it way better than I do can tell you about it, go to ranlife.com/X96. An imposter in the studio. He claims to be the donut critic, but he's brought hamburgers. It's Ben. Good morning.
I promised you burgers.
Yes, you did.
And so I brought you burgers.
And tell us about these hamburgers that you brought us.
Well, I mean, the fact that I can get them at 7 a.m. is pretty cool.
That is. Is that normal, or did they do a special thing?
They did a special, but I mean, if you really wanted to get one, you could. It's at Dolly's Donuts, and this is on 3200 South and State Street.
Dolly's Donuts. See,
And-
again, we have the donut critic with burgers, and we have Dolly's Donuts with
Yeah,
burgers.
But I feel like their focus is definitely like the bar and grill portion, and the donuts are just like that added cherry on top.
So it's Dolly's Donuts and more.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what is it that you love about this burger?
So this is an elevated Big Mac, and this is trending right now. I was in Miami a few weeks ago, and everything I could eat burger-wise was an elevated Big Mac. There weren't a lot of other options. And so I came here, and that's what they served me at Dolly's, and I was like, okay, this is something. And so I started looking at other places, and they're doing that same thing.
Wonder why.
Reiterating on like a classic, I guess. But
And what makes it an elevated Big Mac?
well, so this is a smashed patty. So it's the higher quality meats. You can really taste it in that. The bun is really soft, and it's, that classic sesame seed. And then the sauce, that's the Big Mac sauce, is a little bit different than what you get at like an In-N-Out sauce, or a Thousand Island. So it's that unique flavor profile. So
Now, this fry sauce, there's something unique about it. I don't know what it is, but
I will be honest.
Really good.
I don't know what is in there, but I do like when people iterate on that. They do barbecue or Worcestershire sauce in there. So
And the fries, I love a shoestring fry, and they have they're seasoned fries. They're not just plain.
It's garlic and Parmesan.
Yep, there's garlic, Parmesan, Cajun seasoning, and regular. So
I got truffle over here.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. I didn't know they put that one in there. You sure did get a truffle.
Truffle fry.
I love a truffle fry.
Now,
It's all good.
These are just great. Where is Dolly's?
So it's on 3200 South and State. It's right by Century 16, so like that perfect stop right before you go to a movie. And the reason why I brought it in is it cracked my top 10. So
Your top 10 list of burger places.
in Utah. Yep. So I've been going through and eating burger places the last probably 2 months, and this one cracked the top 10.
All right.
And I think it's got a really awesome future in Salt Lake City. They've been open for about a year. They've had some new chef blood come in, so it's going to be really good. I tasted a few donuts last week, and honestly, it was amazing. I thought, okay, this is going to really be something special. So,
All right. Well, let's talk about. So now this is your list. These are the by your rating.
yes, and there are a couple of caveats because I know people get really passionate about their burgers.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm going to give my top 10, and I'm going to get messages galore of like, you forgot this person, or like, this is the best
And
place.
by messages, you mean on your social medias where you
Yep.
post these. And I'm sure if people want to comment on them, you like it when they do.
Yeah, so I have a list. There's a little brochure tab on Instagram. So if you hit there, I have all my top 10 or top 20 lists up there. So,
Okay.
but top 10, I tried Patty Shack in Taylorsville. Have you ever tried that?
No. Never heard of
So it's a newer place. I think it's been open about 3 months, but it is so fresh and delicious. It's almost what I think Five Guys used to be probably in the very beginning.
Oh.
Like big, meaty patties and fresh toppings. The only thing missing there, I thought, was like a really good sauce, like a signature sauce.
Okay.
By the way, are these in any particular
Yeah,
order?
that was
number 10.
yeah, that was number 10.
Okay.
Dolly's Donuts, I would say, like I said,
Number 9.
yep. White Horse. If you've
Oh, right over here.
Yeah.
They have a really delicious
They
burger.
do.
Yes, they do.
Backdoor in Provo. So it's a bakery and burger place.
Can you go in the front at all? Or?
Yeah, it kind of seems like you're going to backdoor. They have axe throwing and stuff like that, but it's right off of Center Street. It's
Okay.
But they do some really interesting flavor profiles. So And they've been open, I think, about 2 years. They opened in the pandemic, so not a lot of people knew about them. It wasn't this grand opening. So
Cool. Okay.
And then I got Loco Burger, which is like a Mexican-style burger. So it's on 17th South and State Street.
Nice.
It's got a lot of cool stuff, too, like a Mexican-style, and they got ham, which puts the ham in hamburger, they said.
We put the ham in ham.
I love that idea.
But I think it's really delicious, and they have, like, roasted chilies and stuff like that.
Okay.
Roy Burger Bar.
Yeah, that's been there forever.
Classic.
Yes.
And I feel like the bun is just super unique. A lot of people have messaged and they don't like it because it tastes a little bit doughy or yeasty, but I think that's what brings the unique flavor.
And Burger Bar does like meat of the month,
Yeah. They'll
and
do a
it's
unique
like
meat.
alligator
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Boar. Yeah. Next is Rich's Burger. This is just downtown. I had an amazing burger, and they have so many options. So I need to go back and do more. A lot of people say the guacamole burger is best. I did like a blue cheese one and a mushroom Swiss, and it was delicious. Okay, Chom Burger. So for people down in Utah County, they have really elevated burgers. It's Provo and American Fork. And next, I have Lucky 13, which is a classic.
It's my favorite.
And I think the most consistent, most unique to Utah that I feel like you can get anywhere, I think is Crown Burger. I'm sorry. I know it's not the elevated burger, and I know people complain that it's not this, like, high-end. It's that consistent, classic pastrami burger.
It is what it is. And,
and it's delicious.
Every time I have a surgery, that's when I go.
Bill has lots of surgeries.
I need to have a Crown Burger after I've had surgery.
If people want to see your list or comment, where do they go?
You go to Donut Critic on Instagram, and it's that little profile button.
And then it says up-and-coming burger places, Drip Burger. Where's that?
That's in Provo, and it's so cheesy and drips. It's like there's just so many toppings.
You
that are
needed
just
more
dripping off
cowbell.
of it, So.
Right. To commemorate World Press Freedom go to Day, Instagram, look for the band REM released a remix. That was it, of their classic Radio Free Europe. And proceeds from sales of that song will go to Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. Last week, a federal appeals court ruled that the Trump administration could, for now, continue to withhold legislatively granted funding from organizations like Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, that provide news coverage to countries under oppressive regimes with few press freedoms. The new REM video provides titles that start Radio Free Europe, Radio Free Liberty was conceived 75 years ago as an American initiative to be a bulwark against tyranny. And REM says that any money they make from this will be donated to Radio Free Europe.
There you go. It's the Radio Free Europe 2025 Jackknife Lee remix.
More cowbell.
If you're interested.
I think there's more. There are some other songs, too, that they're doing.
All right, let's see. Let's get to some big boy news and opinioendo. Right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. I'm going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you're going to win.
Tickets to see Circle Jerks October 8th at the Depot.
Nice. Circle Jerks tickets at 877-602-9696. Call and line up, play and win. 877-602-9696. Big boy news right now brought to you by
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South, 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Well, potential jurors in Sean Combs' sex trafficking trial are being grilled on whether they recognize any celebrities on a list of 190 names presented during jury selection.
Wow.
They've also been asked if they've seen the horrific video of Combs beating ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura as the meticulous process of seating a jury gets underway in Manhattan. Some of the names, the celebrity names, are Mike Myers is one, and Michael B. Jordan was another name on this list. Now, they're not...
That doesn't mean they've done anything. It just means they made those names might come up in.
They were at a party.
Yeah. Jurors were asked about those lists of uncelebrated. It remains unclear why they were asked, it says here. Combs has been sitting in jail since September, awaiting trial on 5 criminal counts. He's accused of racketeering, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Jury selection got underway yesterday as Judge Arun Subramanian The prosecution and Combs' defense began questioning about 150 people to determine if they would be eligible to serve on the jury. They were questioned about these celebrities. In addition to Myers and Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West's name appeared. Kid Cudi also.
See, my husband would be the perfect juror.
Because he doesn't know.
Because he doesn't know
any of those people.
Any of those people.
Yeah.
He has zero pop culture intelligence at all.
It isn't known why certain celebrities were named. However, Kid Cudi is believed to be a victim of alleged 2011 car bombing by Sean Combs. The alleged attack happened after Cudi was rumored to be romantically involved with Combs' then ex-girlfriend and star witness in the case, Cassie. One juror, identified as juror number 2, reportedly said she was familiar with Michael B. Jordan and Mike Myers from their movies. A judge asked whether views on Kanye West would make them an unfair juror. Sean Combs turns down a plea deal ahead of the trial. They did offer him some sort of plea deal. He faces life in prison if found guilty of sex trafficking. Well, the best state in America, according to the U.S. News ranking, they do this, I think, every year, the best states for 2025, and it is Utah, number 1 in the best states ranking from U.S. News and World Report for a third straight year.
I guess I'll stay.
25 years ago, Utah was probably known for just 3 things: Footloose, green Jell-O, and the third would be a very youthful workforce, said Curtis Blair.
Wait a minute. Mormons aren't in the top 3
it's
of what
not?
it's known for?
I was surprised, too.
Said Curtis Blair, president and CEO of the Provo-based Utah Valley Chamber of Commerce. There's lots that has happened in Utah in the last 20 years where we have moved to being an entrepreneurial startup state. Utah's economy has evolved to become one of the most diverse in the United States, with industries like tech, tourism, healthcare, and energy standing as major employers, and it's a safe bet that if the state's pivot from more traditional roots in areas like manufacturing and agriculture, further fueled of late by the decision to invest in engineering, computer science, and math education. So it's number 1. Utah is number 1, and I'm trying to see. Yeah, this is just all about Utah. Doesn't say who the others are in this story. Louisiana. Here are the 10 lowest ranked states. Louisiana again ranked last overall. The very lowest state in terms of economy and everything. So there you go. This is awful. 35-year-old woman who allegedly left her son bloodied and going door to door asking for help has been arrested. Patrice Shirley Marie Gustafson was booked into the Salt Lake County Jail on Monday for investigation of aggravated child abuse and trying to disarm a police officer and burglary. The odd series of events happened Saturday when West Valley police were called to investigate the alleged abuse of a 5-year-old boy. There was no alleged abuse. He was covered in blood, and he was going house to house looking for help. The child was walking from home to home looking for help. He was found by a witness who said he was covered in blood and soaked with water. Others also observed the boy's mother walking around the neighborhood looking for him. Witnesses heard Gustafson say, "Somebody called 911. I just tried to kill my kid."
Oh, man.
The victim child told witnesses that Gustafson had hit him with a statue and attempted to drown him. Witnesses and other observers, multiple deep lacerations and bruises. The child had trouble moving and talking after the incident. Finally, the cops showed up after being taken into police custody. Ms. Gustafson attempted to take the holstered firearm of a police officer by reaching for it and touching it twice while saying, "You're going to have to kill me. Give me your gun. You're going to have to kill me."
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a really troubled person, and but she is in jail right now. I gripe about headlines, how they're written all the time, and they really just... So this one is perfectly fine, except they really missed the boat. The headline is, Forever 21 stores in Utah close doors for good. Wouldn't it be Forever 21 stores in Utah close doors forever?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah. That one writes itself, doesn't it?
But no, nobody thought of that. Nobody thought of that. I don't get it. A group of more than 150 retired state and federal judges sent a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi condemning the Trump administration's attack on the judiciary, saying it is clear the president believes that he can threaten and intimidate judges into submitting to his agenda. The letter focuses largely on the recent courthouse arrest of Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan, whom FBI Director Kash Patel accused of helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest and posted a photo of her perp walk on social media. The circumstances of Judge Dugan's arrest make it clear that it was nothing but an effort to threaten and intimidate the state and federal judiciaries into submitting to the administration instead of interpreting the Constitution and laws of the United States, the letter from the judges says, saying that it was highly concerning that officers arrested Dugan in her own courtroom without any warning. There was no emergency whatsoever. The administration could have easily issued a summons for Judge Dugan to appear before a court, as they would have done in other white-collar cases.
Yeah, no, they want the pics. Yeah. They want the video.
And judges have been arrested before, but it has always been, Your Honor, you will, we need you to report to us.
Because this is a TV show, I keep saying.
Exactly.
This is all a TV show.
Rwanda's foreign minister has confirmed ongoing talks with the Trump administration to accept deported migrants to the country of Rwanda.
Are they people from Rwanda?
No.
Ah.
It's just,
And they're possibly Americans.
Collections for student loans resumed yesterday. And for those who haven't made a payment in more than 360 days, the Department of Education says your loans may be in default. More than 5 million borrowers are in default, according to the Trump administration, with their collections having been paused since March of 2020. If a borrower's loans go to collections, the government can withhold tax refunds, paychecks, or other federal benefits. People are already tapped out. They don't have any more to give, said Mikal Ayune with Smedley Financial Services. Throw on top of that, some of them may have to restart paying loans, and they hope would be forgiven. It makes you worry about the economy, the stability of some people, and just their ability to stay afloat. The former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch has been found.
Seen a picture of this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, creepy.
Yeah, has been found incompetent to stand trial on sex trafficking charges. The former CEO, Michael Jeffries, is 80 years old, has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and requires round-the-clock care, according to his attorneys. Part of the ruling, the judge ordered Mr. Jeffries to be hospitalized for evaluation to determine if his mental condition may improve. It won't.
No.
Jeffries has been free on bond since pleading not guilty to federal sex trafficking charges in October that accused him of sexually exploiting men at lavish parties around the world, many of whom were recruited under the impression they would gain a modeling career with the brand. Alongside Jeffries, his romantic partner and third co-defendant are also accused of luring men to drug-fueled sex parties in exchange for modeling jobs.
And when I say, have you seen this guy, it's not just because he's old and sick. He's had way too much bad plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey is entering another day of major flight delays due to an ongoing shortage of air traffic controllers. If you're scheduled to fly in there, God be with you. The 14th busiest airport in the U.S., a number based on the latest Department of Transportation data, said a Federal Aviation Administration equipment outage and construction have also contributed to the significant delays that began last week.
Remember, all the bad things that happen are Biden's fault.
That's right.
It's got nothing to do with the fact that we have nobody in charge of the FAA.
What if you could preserve your loved ones forever?
In what way are
Suspended in a crystal clear glass cube.
Nope.
That's what Russian inventor Joseph Karosky proposed in 1903, patenting a method to encase corpses in transparent glass blocks for eternal display.
Nope.
The process, Gina, I'm going to have this done to you. As reported in Hyperallergic, aimed to keep bodies in a perfect and lifelike condition indefinitely. The process involved first coating the corpse with sodium silicate, which is water glass, letting it dry in a heated chamber, then encasing it in molten glass, which would be shaped into various forms like rectangles or cylinders. You could have your loved one in a cylinder in the corner or a big rectangle. The inventor claimed,
like Han Solo? What about
the inventor claimed this method would preserve bodies indefinitely by hermetically sealing them from air exposure, preventing decay while keeping the body visible through the transparent glass. The patent notes that this technique could be used for entire either entire bodies or perhaps just the head of the person.
Oh, just the head,
Just
please.
the head. Karakowski's invention joined other ambitious attempts to prevent decay in the 19th and 20th centuries. The American Glass Casket Company produced actual glass coffins, though only 2 full-size versions survive today. The Fisk iron mummy coffin promised to be airtight, while another inventor patented a method to electroplate corpses into statues. These preservation attempts often ignored basic biology.
Yeah.
Decomposition begins within the body.
Well, and decay is good.
And sealing in gases could have explosive consequences. So there's your loved
Yeah.
one enclosed in glass
And then
in the corner, and then some months later it explodes.
Decay is good. We should all just go in the ground. Just us in the ground.
I'm
no
ready.
casket,
I'm ready.
no-
Where do you want to go?
No, nothing.
Where do you want to go? Let's do it. Let's do it
Actually, Walking Dead has a better idea.
What's that?
They just put them all in a vat,
Yeah.
and the methane goes up and powers the city.
Oh,
that's-
good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, great idea.
You don't get much of a burial or anything. It's just you're thrown in a vat with a bunch of other dead people.
Yeah, are you put in? Are zombies put in there?
Yeah, as they decay, once they're killed,
Yeah.
then the methane goes up and it
Energy's energy.
It's a
powers
great
the city.
idea. Great idea.
All right, sports weather traffic.
In the NBA, Nuggets over the Thunder, 121-119. The Knicks over the Celtics, 108-105. Warriors over the Rockets, 103-89. Pacers over the Cavaliers, 121-112. Tonight you've got the Pacers and the Cavaliers, Warriors, and the Timberwolves. In the NHL, today you've got the Hurricanes and the Capitals at 5, and the Oilers and Golden Knights at 7:30 p.m. That's your sports weather. Still some spotty sprinkles possible, high of 65, and we gradually warm up. We'll be in the 80s by the weekend. So chilly today at 65, but much warmer as the week goes on. Traffic, heard from a couple friends of the program, I-15 northbound slowing and stopping at 6 south. Also slowage between 53rd and 35th south northbound. Thank you, Infinitine, for sending that in. I was expecting more issues this morning with the wet roads, but things seem to be moving pretty well. If you see something else, you can share it with us. 33986.
Frank Christ has joined us in the studio. The Grim Reaper.
Oh, hello, everyone.
The Reaper of Celebrities. I assume you were at the Met Gala over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Hovering over there.
Just keeping an eye on everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Diana Ross was there.
Oh, yes.
She's no spring chicken.
And did you see Madonna there, Frank?
I thought I saw her. I wasn't sure whether it was one of those Apple dolls.
It was really hard to tell who she was. She looked so different. She had a cigar, and she was in a kind of a pantsuit thing. You know what? But I understand she's going to take over for Warren Buffett.
She scared even me.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Look, Frank is he's a celebrity lover, and that
he's a celebrity lover.
Well, and
he is. He loves celebrities.
Oh, okay.
He's a celebrity lover. What do you?
I never had a chance to actually
love a celebrity.
No, in my mortal state.
But it's so he's become a Grim Reaper, and he reaps the souls of celebrities. And because he loves them so much, it's painful for him.
Oh, I love our precious celebrities. Everything they say and do is right.
Frank joins us every weekday to play a game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He gives me a list of actors, 4 actors, and 3 of the actors on that list.
Oh, they're just fine.
But one of them, Frank has taken away. When the celebrity dies, Frank collects their essence and takes them to the distribution center.
Yes.
And we play the game with a contestant, and who do we have?
Darren is here.
Darren, how are you today?
I'm fine, just fine.
Oh, good, Darren.
That's good, Darren. Are you ready to play this macabre game?
I'm ready.
All right. If you identify the dead celebrity in this list, you will win a prize, which is what, Gino?
Tickets to see the Circle Jerks October 8th at the Depot.
All right, Darren, because it's National Tourist Appreciation Day, Frank gave me a list of actors in movies about tourists who cause or get into trouble. All right? So here we go.
Okay.
Identify the dead celebrity. Number 1, Joseph Bologna, noted for his roles in the comedy films My Favorite Year, Transylvania 65000, and his breakthrough film Lovers and Other Strangers, adapted with his wife Renee Taylor from a play that they co-wrote. He also voiced Mr. Sant in the Ice Age cartoon movie, The Meltdown, and he was in The Big Bus, where he said the famous line, "You eat one foot and they call you a cannibal." In Blame It on Rio, 2 middle-aged men on vacation, 2 tourists in Rio, cause lots of trouble for lots of people. Number 1, Joseph Bologna. Number 2, Jean Triplehorn. Her film career began with a role in the erotic thriller Basic Instinct. Her other film roles include The Firm, Waterworld, Sliding Doors. On TV, she starred as Barbara Henriksen on the HBO drama Big Love. She was in a movie called Very Bad Things, where things go very, very wrong for friends on a bachelor party weekend in Vegas. Number 2, Jean Triplehorn. Number 3 is Stephen Tobolowsky. He was Ned Ryerson in Groundhog Day and amnesiac Sammy Jenkins in Memento. He also had memorable roles in Deadwood, Heroes, Glee, Californication, and White Famous. He was nominated for a Tony Award for Best Performance in a Featured Actor in a Play for the revival of Mornings at 7. He was in a movie called Wild Hogs about middle-aged men on Harleys causing trouble. Number 3, Stephen Tobolowsky. And number 4, Lou Diamond Phillips. His breakthrough came when he starred as Richie Valens in the movie La Bamba. He got a Tony Award nomination for The King and I. Notable films include Young Guns 2, Courage Under Fire, The Big Hit, Che, and The 33. He was in Broke Down Palace, about two friends on a trip to Thailand who get into drug problems. Number 4, Lou Diamond Phillips. All right, Darren, one of those actors is dead. Which one is it?
Number 1?
It is Joseph Bologna.
Joseph Bologna.
Died in 2017 at the age of 82.
Too soon.
If you've never seen My Favorite Year with Joseph Bologna and Peter O'Toole, it's one of the funniest movies you'll ever see. And The Big Bus is really good, too. Congratulations. You're going to go see the Circle Jerks, Darren. Say thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome. Hang on. Katie will tell you what you have to do next.
All right. Well, I heard you talking about Bob Seger earlier.
Yeah.
I've got to go check on
80,
him.
I think.
Uh-huh.
Make sure he's fine, just fine. Tom Bergeron is 70.
Oh, Tom Bergeron. We haven't seen him for a while.
Oh, Clooney is 64.
Well,
Oh, he's fine.
he's on
Frank.
Broadway right now.
Oh, he
Frank.
is?
Yeah.
Go check on him.
Oh,
on
I was
Broadway.
hoping he was in Italy.
No.
Oh, well. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. There he goes in his electric scooter.
Crash northbound I-15, 37th South. Center lanes are closed with that one. Crash southbound I-15 just north of Center Street in Utah County, off to the right shoulder. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, thank you for letting us know via text at 33986.
KXRK Provo, got a short break here, and then we'll be back after these. We got Boner of the Day coming up, and Hello Yeah What is on the way as well as soon as we award the boner. Stand by for all of that.
X96 salutes
Email of interest.
This is a short one, and it's for Katie. Says, I haven't been able to listen lately. Who is this from? Gabrielle. I haven't been able to listen too much lately, but because of my work. So I don't know if Katie knows about this. Mother's Animal Cookies, you know, the Mother brand cookies.
Oh,
they
yeah.
do animal cookies. And
I love those.
They do frosted ones, and they do grams. They now come in dinosaurs. They have frosted dinosaur
Dinosaur
cookies.
cookie alert, Katie.
There you go.
They're at they have them at Harmon, she said. So that's for you, Katie. Dinosaur, Mother's Dinosaur. I can't eat those very much, though. If you eat several of them, it sort of makes me sick. They're so sweet. And then this one says, hey, guys, I used to listen to you a lot in high school back in 2005 through 2008. Those were the Bush years. And I really enjoyed having you guys explain the news to me. I'm now 35 years old. I live in the Baltimore, D.C. area.
Be more.
Yeah, I love it here. We have been so devastated by this administration's pure evilness, though. I have been losing sleep and I have been losing weight because of it. So I've turned back to you guys for comfort. I've been enjoying all of, especially Big Boy News. It's been really warm and familiar. You know, it's like grandma's soup, but silly and edgy.
Edgy soup.
Yeah. What you guys do matters. Community. Oh, I meant to look this up. It says community is praxis. Praxis. That doesn't mean anything to me.
Praxis is a Klingon moon.
I don't know. Community is praxis. Salt Lake City is a better city because of you guys. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Praxis is let's see.
Love Andy.
The process by which a theory, lesson, or skill is enacted, embodied, realized, applied, or put into praxis. Praxis may also refer to the act of engaging, applying, exercising, realizing, or practicing ideas.
So community is praxis. The community that we have here.
Yeah.
The radio
Is engaging.
listeners,
Is
engaging.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
Oh, and Berg is right to correct me. It was a Klingon moon. It exploded.
Oh.
Excuse me. That was
Excuse
fast.
me.
Really?
Thank
That
you,
was
Berg.
really fast.
I should have realized that.
All right. So anyway, those are the emails of interest. Thank you, Andy. And there was another email that I'm going to have to respond to. It was kind of sad because it's somebody who said, I miss hearing Sister Dottie Dixon. Why
Oh.
isn't she on the air anymore?
No.
It's someone who
didn't hear
who
that.
didn't know that our dear friend Charles died. What has it been? A couple of years now?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
The creator of Sister Dottie Dixon.
Maybe we can find an old. Well, we usually do around Pride time. We find some old Sister
Oh,
Dottie
we do.
to play.
And we're coming up on that time, aren't we?
June, yeah, usually.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's your emails of interest. All right.
Three 986.
Like Leo and Alpine did.
Leo in Alpine.
Just texted us.
Okay.
Hi, Leo.
Run into a lot of Leos.
We should get some more of
Is
them.
it short for Leonard?
Or Leonardo? Or
Yeah. I don't know. Leo, text us back and let us know.
Yeah. In Alpine. Anyway, what do we got here?
I have a list.
A list. Is it sponsored?
No.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I thought this was interesting. It's things, seemingly normal situations that shouldn't give Gen Z anxiety, but they absolutely do.
Yeah, okay. Now, Gen Z is what age groups?
Like late teens, 20s in there.
Okay.
Like my kids,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Driving cars.
Yeah.
There are so many people of that generation who just do not want their driver's license.
My 21-year-old child yesterday went and finally passed the test and got a driver's license. Yesterday.
Just not interested in doing it
I was-
before then.
Been nervous about it, and
I mean, when I was driving when I was 14 because
Sure.
of the farm, but when I was 15, I was like ready.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wanted that more than anything.
Well, it's freedom.
I was driving at a young age because I was running shine in the South.
I couldn't wait to get my license.
Yeah, I wanted to drive too.
But your child not alone though, Bill.
No.
And part of the reason is, and actually you'll see a theme going through here. Part of the reason is so much of their lives are lived online.
Oh, yeah.
Their socializing is online. Everything happens there. You don't have to leave the house to do any of these
But
things.
I've also got a nephew who is, I want to say 16, 17, who's obsessed with cars and wants nothing more than to learn how to drift.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, we're all terrified for him. We're just convinced that, you know.
The next one, similarly, talking on the phone. My daughter is having surgery in a couple weeks, some sinus surgery, and she's been having to make appointments, doctor's appointments associated with. When you make a doctor appointment, that you have to call
Yeah.
and talk to somebody. Hi, this is my name. This is my information. But it's a skill that they're not super comfortable with, calling a business.
My wife is that way, though. And she's decidedly not Gen Z. But she hates making appointments on the phone, hates anything like that.
I mean, I prefer to not speak on the phone.
But it's a skill you need.
It is,
you
and
need to be able to do that.
I'm not afraid of it, but I prefer to not.
But she had to make some appointment or something, and she said, "Will you call him?" Like, you can do it. And I sat there with her, and it was fine. But it's
when I was in high school, I spent hours on the phone with friends,
yeah, me too.
with friends, and
just talking about nothing.
Yep.
Well, and so here's another one: socializing in large groups of people. They are
So
called
parties.
Yeah, they're called the anxious generation. They're crowds make them nervous. A lot of them have social anxiety. I think a lot of this might even go back to COVID a little bit, because when you're growing up a teenager, when we were teenagers, that's what you did. You went and hung out with friends in person.
we went to a stomp
or whatever.
Let's go to the stomp.
But there was a period of a few very pivotal years there for kids where they weren't getting together in big groups of people.
Part of the problem too is that smoking is out of fashion. you
have to do that in person.
So if you're smoking, you want to get together with other smokers.
I always say, if you want to know what's going on in your place of business, go hang out with the smokers.
That's right.
But no, I mean, I still kind of go. I've always had that kind of
Yeah.
a thing. I still go through that. There were a lot of times there were like, hey, there's a party at this club, and I'm like,
We have one smoker here. Do you know who it is? Don't say, but
One
I
smoker
don't
where?
know who.
At work?
yeah. I can only think of one.
I don't know who.
One person. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
One person that we work with that smokes.
Speaking of work,
Yeah.
going to work,
Just going to work.
having a
Well, they're
Having a
afraid of
job.
work. They're afraid of work. They don't want to work hard.
But actually, all of these other skills play into that.
Oh,
How do
that's
you get
true.
a job? You have to go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You have to get in a car and drive there. Like, getting a job is they have anxiety about it.
Now, if they smoke, a lot of that anxiety would go away.
Should have invoked the smoking. Now he's thinking about it.
Yep. It takes away a lot of anxiety.
Paying bills.
Yeah.
I mean, if you aren't getting a job, what?
Well,
or
then
mom
you
and-
don't. Then you don't have any bills.
But it's a skill.
It is.
You know, if you're not working and you're not driving and you're just home and mom and dad are taking care of
Look,
everything.
If you're a Gen Zer and you're listening to this, the best way to pay bills is get married and then say, "Honey, you pay the bills."
I don't know how to do this.
I don't want to do it. You do it.
Dating to find the one. This is another one.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Well, not in dating, it's another thing about being social and being in person and being out in the world. And
Hey,
they
can I bum a smoke from you?
they are.
But yeah, that does mean having conversations about
Yeah.
a lot of times nothing.
And you
And
have
in
to
person.
be out in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you meet somebody online, which people do, if you want to have a relationship, eventually you're going to have to leave the house.
Yeah.
Hey, well, maybe.
Maya, is this hitting home, this list? No, yep. This is all her, she says.
Are
Yeah.
you a smoker?
You may want to learn.
Bill's just encouraging smoking.
Start with a low tar cigarette.
Maybe a menthol.
Yeah. No.
No, you don't want to go menthol?
No.
Okay.
Like a parliament. They have those recessed filters.
Parliament Light.
Yeah.
Shopping. Now,
Don't
not
like shopping?
not online shopping.
I don't
Again,
like
these
shopping.
are all
Person.
like these
Yeah.
are like going to the grocery store.
Going to the store.
They have anxiety about.
I hate
that.
shopping.
Is that right, Maya?
No, you're
You
good
don't.
at
This is the one that you don't have a problem with.
Let's see, going to school. So many of these are about being out in the world. Like, they have anxiety about going to school. And the finally one is family gatherings.
Well,
If you're in that age group, you hate everybody in your family.
I'm in the same situation.
You avoid.
But
avoid
I think most Gen Z are. I mean, when I was that age, I hated everyone in my family. Yes.
Well,
You
I mean, you
certainly
go
did.
through that. You do.
Yeah.
You know.
You come back to it though.
You do.
I still hate them.
Oh, you do.
Well, there's one side of the
Never loved
family there's one side of the family that I hate.
There's always one side. There's the good side.
Yeah.
That's one of the comedians that I love, Corey Forrester. He talks about you have two grandmas, and you have the good grandma and the bad grandma.
Yeah, that's
and the
pretty
good
true.
grandma always dies first, but the bad grandma is around.
She lingers.
Why couldn't
The mean grandma.
Why couldn't good grandma be around? So there you go. There's your list.
Now Sue is weighing in. Says we took my nieces to the mall, and they had never tried clothes on in the dressing room.
Yeah, you order them and try them on at home.
Yeah,
and then
because
send them back.
their mother just buys clothes online and then returns them. They'd never done that in the
these are-
store.
these are skills.
That's something I hate doing. Man, I hate doing that.
All right, there you go.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, fellow smoker in the the text here. Bring back the machines that dispense one cigarette. Then you don't have to commit right away.
What was the place?
Bandaloops.
Bandaloops. You could buy singles.
Right.
And
Right
play
over
chess
here.
with Rod Decker.
When I was trying to quit smoking, I would not buy a whole pack of cigarettes, but I would go to Bandaloops and buy like 3 cigarettes.
P.F. Chang's used to be Bandaloops.
Yeah.
That's what
And
it
that's
was.
right.
That's right. Traffic.
Bronwyn sold me cigarettes.
Yep, I remember her.
Let's see. Crash southbound I-15, just south of University Parkway, milepost 268. Southbound I-15, just north of Center Street in Utah County. And northbound I-15, about 37th South. Whatever else you're seeing, you can let us know via text at 33986. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
All right.
We got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you will be considering. Boner candidate number 1. Texas has taken the fight to big toothpaste. Boner candidate number 2. She's the genius who replaced Lynn Cheney in Congress. And boner candidate number 3. He didn't save my life. I don't recall him even being there.
All right. Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages. Then it's hello, yeah, what? As soon as we award the boner, you're encouraged to call in at 877-602-9696. Get ready. All right. Stockton 12 Honda.
I have bought several cars at Stockton 12 Honda. I bought a new car there, and I bought a used car there. And the experience was just great. I think you'll like it too. Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer. It's the number 1 Honda dealer. It's been voted by Salt Lake City's best import new car dealer for 2025. And there are bigger news for your wallet now. Trade-in values are at their peak. So if you're thinking you want to change cars, you want to get a new one, or maybe you want to trade in your car that you have now for a great used car or pre-owned car, Stockton 12 Honda has got it. Stockton 12 Honda has been your neighborhood Honda dealer for 25 years. It's a hassle-free experience. Mobile repair services are available. Go to stockton12honda.com. You can see all the service specials for the month and schedule your service for your car. Check out Stockton 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. I think you'll be very, very, very pleased with them. Stockton 12 Honda.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Well, here they are, things that are bugging you, things that we're going to try and help you with. You say, I can't stand these things in my life anymore. They must go. Maybe Radio from Hell can make these things go away. And so you send us an email, radiofromhell@x96.com. You put must go in the subject line. And if you do that and we read yours on the air, it might help you. And sometimes those things magically disappear. I'll go first this time. This one says, longtime listener, first time to contact, must go. Boner of the day, where all of them are obvious boners.
Mm-hmm.
Most days there's one obvious boner, but occasionally they're all boners.
Yep.
Thanks. Timbo. This one says, John in St. George, but we're moving to Beaverton, Oregon. Going into the garage this morning and discovering a screw had found its way into my back left tire. Big O, here I come.
Yep.
And then this one, well, this person needs some help, some serious help. You can use my name. Okay, Jeremy. First, many white privilege things must go, like news journalists that walk toward a camera while telling their stories, or feel the need to stand in the middle of a hurricane for dramatic effect. It's distracting and doesn't improve the broadcast. All I think about is how dumb they look standing outside in the craziness. Now, I don't know why he put...
What that has to do with white.
Oh, I see what he means. This is the first of many white privilege things that must go. He's feeling that he has white privilege.
He doesn't have real problems.
And so he can complain
He
about
doesn't
this.
have real problems.
He can complain
I
about
got
this
it.
kind of
Oh,
stuff.
well, it's not even necessary.
It took me a second.
I got you.
Second must go. Camera operators that can't or won't hold still. Bouncing back and forth and up and down, panning in and out doesn't make the show any more real. It just makes me dizzy. Some shows are so bad I can't watch them at all, which is disappointing because I want to watch them. I mean, The Office, Parks and Rec, Succession, among many others. Highly rated, and I just can't watch them. Third, junk snail mail must go. I walk out to the mailbox, and it's all junk mail. And last, the word got must go. It's almost without exception the wrong word to use, and it drives me nuts. You don't got, you have. For example, you don't got boners, you have boners. You don't got traffic, you have traffic. You don't got to decide, you have to decide. There's no you've got, you have. You've got 300 seconds. You have 300 seconds. You have. I apologize. I know I sound like a crazy person.
Yes.
It only happens when things drive me crazy. But sincerely, thanks for letting me listen. I love your show. Longtime friend of the program. Listen to every minute of every broadcast in real time, every day. The pre-show, reruns, everything, farting around. I could not love the show more, and all of you, I think your show means more to this community than you realize. Jeremy. Gary?
No pressure.
I'm used to it.
All right. Well, here's the first one is for my wife. Maybe you can relate to this,
Okay.
Gina. I don't know. When you have an outing planned for the week.
Yes.
So you plan out your hair washing schedule.
Yes.
But then that appointment gets changed to a different day, throws your whole hair washing schedule
Amen.
off. All right. I figured you would.
Okay.
You don't wash your hair every day.
Because you got all that hair like my wife does. So, all right. This is from Ed's friend, Andy. What else must go is toilets that spray a little bit of water on the toilet seat or rim when they are flushed.
Yeah.
I, like Carrie, try to be a livable male. I don't know what that means.
It's a compliment.
I clean up after myself. I put the toilet seat down, etc. So if I happen to have a moment when my aim is a little bit off, I clean up after myself like all men and boys should. But my dumb toilets at work have such powerful flush that the water sprays up a little bit on the seat. So even though I myself didn't make the mess, I still have to wipe it up. And what's worse, I have a private, I kind of have a private bathroom at work. So if I don't wipe it up, it looks like I'm the one who did it. I know it's just water and it'll probably dry and not look like a, stain or something, but I can't take that chance.
Exactly.
I get you, EFA. Let's see, this one from Tony. The terminal episode for FX's Archer being a disappointment.
That must go.
Well, you see, then after that they announced, that's not the finale. We've got a 3-part finale coming up in December, and so he says I have to wait for December for the series finale. People playing Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire too loudly at the Eclipse viewing party from their cars.
Playing it at all.
Pink Floyd, Eclipse, the end of Dark Side of the Moon. That's what you go with. All right. Souvenir sodas at the Las Vegas Sphere being sold for $14. Water is $7. It's already too expensive to go to the Sphere. People leaving behind love locks at national parks. Oh, there was a story in the news about that today.
I've got that.
It's vandalism. Rangers have to get the bolt cutters out and find the animals who die because they ate the keys that are tossed aside. They have better things to do with their limited budget given by Congress. Stoners disagreeing with Gina on the idea of Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream must go. All right, thank you, Tony. And this from Johnny B.
I'm not a stoner.
Johnny B. Waking up in the middle of the night with an idea or worry about my house I'm building that I can easily deal with during daytime hours must go. Will I remember to flash the fascia where it connects to the wall? Do I have enough room to put the fire pole from the top to the bottom level that I want? Am I going to beat winter, getting insulation installed and radiant heat operational? all seemingly dance through my head between 2 and 5 a.m. I'm constantly beat and can use whatever extra sleep I can get. Gina?
Dear Lords and Lady, my name is Missy. Feel free to use my name. Find a resolution to my concerns. All right. What must go is concert attendees who spend the entire concert filming video or live streaming from their cell phones.
Yes.
Nobody is watching the concert on your Facebook page live. Live in the moment. Put your phone down, for the love of God. And while I'm talking about concerts, GA venues without seats. I'm older now and also on the shorter sides, and it seems like most concerts are all tall people, and I spend the majority of the concert looking at the back of a bunch of dudes' heads. I'd like to sit down from time to time. My feet hurt. I'd pay extra. Just give me the option, please. And since the pandemic, has my patience waned or has society lost its manners when you're in public? Yeah. Grocery store, football games, Walgreens, doesn't matter. People are pushy and rude and self-entitled. I don't disagree, Missy. Let's see. This from, doesn't say we can use the name. My mom has never been to Europe or gotten COVID until one lucky weekend.
There you go.
This weekend. Luckily, she's totally vaccinated and doing fine, but that must go. And finally, this. My quick list of things that must not just go, but stop. Number 1, grown men who call the bathroom the little boy's room.
Yeah.
Microwaves that continue to beep after the door is open. And me having no self-control. I love cookies, damn it. That's all I got. Jeremy.
There you go.
Things that must go on the radio.
Because on this day in 1960, John Flansburgh, guitarist, vocalist for They Might Be Giants, was born.
One of the two Johns. Flansburgh and what's the other one's name? I can't remember. John something. John.
Get out a phone book and read every John.
I'll know it when I hear it.
All right. Time now, 7:23 for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, May 6, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell, Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1, Texas is taking the fight to big toothpaste. Fluoride protects teeth against decay.
Oh, God.
But adding it to the water has long been a source of conspiracy theories and conservative anxiety. Alex Jones ranting about gay frogs, crap like that. And with Trump in the White House, RFK Jr. leading the Health and Human Services Department and science itself in the crosshairs, fluoride is on the outs, and Texas is threatening toothpaste companies. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is investigating 2 leading toothpaste makers over their use of fluoride, suggesting that they're illegally marketing their teeth cleaners to parents and kids in ways that are misleading, deceptive, and dangerous.
Oh, my hell.
The toothpaste makers in the crosshairs are Colgate-Palmolive Company, maker of Colgate toothpastes, and Procter & Gamble, which makes Crest. In an announcement Thursday, Paxton said he has sent civil investigation demands to both of those companies. You know, the evidence for fluoride's benefits is overwhelming.
Yeah.
At recommended concentrations. And the claim that it makes children dumber appears to come from studies of fluoride poisoning in rural India. The American Dental Association supports community-wide fluoridation, but it's not in our water here anymore.
Nope.
And now Ken Paxton, he's going to make sure that that big toothpaste gets...
But wasn't that part of their argument is we're taking it out of the water? If you want, you can get fluoride supplements.
Yeah.
And isn't this essentially a fluoride supplement?
I guess. Boner candidate number 1, Texas is taking the fight to big toothpaste.
Idiots.
Here's Boner candidate number 2. She's the genius who replaced Lynn Cheney in Congress. Representative Harriet Hageman, Republican, Wyoming, said President Trump was right to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America because, she said, Mexico has been polluting the Gulf's waters near San Diego. Now, there was a story that has been in the news the last few days, raw sewage coming up from Tijuana and polluting waters in San Diego.
Yes.
And it does happen. But San Diego is nowhere near the Gulf of Mexico.
No.
It's the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Gulf of Mexico is about 1,500 miles away. In February, Trump signed an executive order renaming the Gulf of Mexico. As my administration restores American pride in the history of American greatness, it's fitting and appropriate for our great nation to come together, commemorate this momentous occasion in the renaming of the Gulf of America, Trump wrote.
Should we rename the Pacific Ocean the American Ocean? Because that's the one that's on the border.
On Monday, Hageman expressed support for the move during a meeting of the House Rules Committee. She said the main reason was that Mexico has been dumping raw sewage into that body of water, and they're renaming it as a way to claim ownership of the area. I think another reason we should change this to the Gulf of America versus the Gulf of Mexico is that for over 40 years, Mexico has been dumping raw sewage into the area near San Diego. That's another reason we need to retake and claim ownership of this area. She went on to say,
God.
I just was in San Diego a few days ago, meeting with some folks down there, and they described the situation. It's absolutely horrific. It's a horrific situation. It's an environmental catastrophe and disaster. Hageman was elected to Congress in 2022 after she defeated former Representative Liz Cheney. Boner candidate number 2, she's the genius who replaced Liz Cheney. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3, he didn't save my life. I don't recall him even being there.
All right, Boner candidate number 3 coming up after the damn contest and big boy news and opinioendo. We call it the damn contest because we keep forgetting to do it.
Sorry, we have other contests.
And there are so many contests that
sorry.
we keep losing track of how many contests we have.
So the damn contest, it's $1,000. You could win it. We give you keywords 4 times a day. 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword is a unique entry. It's a national contest. Here's your keyword. Dough. D-O-U-G-H. Dough. Text that to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000 in this nationwide contest.
All right, big boy news now brought to you by
The Utah Brewers Guild invites you to the Great Beer Mashup Saturday, May 10th at the Woodbine Food Hall. Utah's most talented craft brewers will release a plethora of new collaborative beers for your tasting pleasure. Get tickets at utahbrewersguild.org. Must be at least 21 to attend.
Harry Hamlin.
Oh, that cooking show is back, by the way.
He does it.
He does a cooking show.
You really like that show, don't you?
I just think you should be watching it as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
This is the news, by the way.
Yes.
Harry Hamlin has one piece of advice for dads to be. The Mad Men actor. Was he?
He was in Mad Men briefly.
Yeah, that's not what I. That's not what I associate.
He was
him with.
L.A. Law mostly is what you would associate him
And
with.
he was
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans, of course.
Yeah. He was interviewed by Access Hollywood and spoke about his new podcast with his wife, Lisa Rinna. Asked what the two will be speaking about, Hamlin shared that one of the episodes discusses how the dad of 3 delivered his 2 daughters. He delivered them himself. Well, sort of with himself. We talk about everything. You know, I delivered my kids, for example. I brought them out from Lisa's body.
Why put
we
it
talk
that
about
way?
that in one of the episodes.
Because he's weird.
He's 73. And
Seriously, watch the show. He's weird.
When asked about how he ended up delivering his own daughters, Hamlin explains he was encouraged to do it by a friend. This guy I know named Chuck Woolery, well, he was a game show host, and he came up to me at a party about a month before the first Delilah was due, Hamlin says, and he says, you got to bring your own babies out. You got to deliver your own kids. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, you just watch a video, and then you can do it.
Chuck
And I got to tell
Woolery?
you, the bond that created between me and my daughters and between me and Lisa, well, it's amazing. I highly recommend this. He continues, any guys out there who are watching and are about to have a kid, look, I know a lot of men don't like to even be in the room, but I can tell you that from my own experience, doing it yourself is amazing.
He's a weirdo.
So you remember Wanda Barzee?
Sure, that's Elizabeth Smart's
Yeah,
captor.
she spent a goodly amount of time in the Utah State Prison on the kidnapping of Elizabeth Smart in 2002. She's been arrested in Salt Lake City. Wanda Barzee Mitchell and Brian David Mitchell were both convicted of taking Smart from her home in Salt Lake. Smart's younger sister told parents and police, and a man had come through the bedroom window with a knife. Smart was 14 at the time. According to court documents, Wanda Barzee was arrested Thursday for violating her sex offender parole by going to Liberty Park.
Nope.
Officials with the Salt Lake Police Department said she admitted going to the park to sit on the benches and feed the ducks. She said, she's 79 now, she said she'd been to Sugar House Park doing the same thing. In both instances, she told police God told me to go to the parks and feed the ducks. As a registered sex offender, Barzee is prohibited from going to any community parks, court documents said. Barzee was released from jail with parole conditions that she call in once a week, appear at all court hearings, and promise not to commit any criminal offenses. She spent 15 years in prison before her release in September of 2018. Smart was found by a citizen, you'll remember, in Sandy 9 months after her abduction. Ed Smart, Elizabeth's father, says he thinks Wanda Barzee might still pose a threat to children. I don't think he wants to is a threat to Elizabeth, but I wouldn't want her around kids. And the comment "God told me to" leaves me with the one with a wide open excuse to do anything. And by the way, she still uses the last name Mitchell, Wanda Barzee Mitchell. Brian David Mitchell. And
he's not out of prison.
No, he won't ever get out, I don't think. But they still are in contact with each other. And I think, and Ed Smart said, I don't know, maybe, he's making her do something. Who knows? Let's see, a 22-year-old gang member arrested in connection with 2 murder investigations here in 3 years. It says 2 murder investigations in 3 years, is facing new charges. Salman Farhan Ahmed of Salt Lake, charged Monday in 3rd District Court with aggravated murder. An 18-year-old man, only identified in court documents by his initials MS, was shot in the back and killed April 27th in a parking lot, 2531 South, 400 East. According to the charging documents, Ahmed and a woman had gotten into an argument, which continued after Ahmed, the woman, MS, the victim, and 2 others got into Ahmed's car and started driving. As he drove, Ahmed continued to yell at the woman, calling her a liar, stating, "I'm going to beat you, I'm going to kill you." Then he pulled into a parking lot, continued to yell at the woman, and MS said, "Calm down," and anyway, MS ends up being shot and killed. Ahmed texted one of the women, sent messages, "Bro, that's my brother. I didn't mean to do that." Anyway, prosecutors say he was part of a confrontation between rival gangs at a 7-Eleven back in 2022, and somebody was shot 4 times there and killed. He was initially charged with murder in that. The case was scheduled to go to trial, but he copped a deal and pleaded guilty to lesser charges, and he was out. So he's been charged with murder before, and now he's being charged with murder again. Over a dozen dogs abandoned in a remote part of the state are now being cared for by a local animal welfare organization with hopes to place them in foster care. The dogs were first seen by a group of tourists last week in the San Rafael Swell in Emery County. It's believed that up to 15 dogs were discovered and eventually trapped by volunteers. It's not known how the dogs ended up there.
There they are, x96.com/live.
The way they ended up there is that somebody dumped them there.
Yeah.
It's an extremely remote part of the state. Best Friends Animal Sanctuary was able to take in 5 of the dogs and hopes to bring in 4 more. They are incredibly fearful, they say.
Sure.
But they found foster homes
Been
for some
abused,
of them.
I'm sure.
Let's see. A declassified U.S. intelligence memo obtained by the New York Times contradicts a claim by Donald Trump that the government of Venezuela controls the Tren de Aragua gang.
Yeah.
In March, Trump invoked the 1798 Alien Enemies Act to justify the deportation of more than 200 Venezuelans to El Salvador, where they're being incarcerated without due process. The act has been invoked just 3 times, the War of 1812 and both World Wars. During World War II, the legislation was used to put people of Japanese, Italian, and German descent into internment camps. The Trump administration maintains that Tren de Aragua is controlled by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, but intelligence agencies have said, no, that is not the case.
So
Not
this
the case.
act doesn't apply then.
Oh, Trump lied?
It's another
What?
reason that it doesn't apply.
Again, nobody wants bad people here.
No.
This isn't advocating for bad people.
Well, come on, I want to stay here.
We
let me
don't
stay.
want bad people
Let me
here.
stay, Gina. Come on. The Trump administration says they'll pay a $1,000 stipend and travel assistance to migrants who elect to voluntarily self-deport. Don't trust it. That's
How about
my advice.
instead of that, we spend that money helping people get the paperwork they need to stay here if they would like to stay here and work? Why is that not an option?
Because Stephen Miller got turned down by a Hispanic girl
When he asked her,
when
to
he
high
asked
school,
her out
high school
in high
dinner.
school.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't like Latin people.
He doesn't like anybody, any foreign people.
Any foreign people.
I mean, I know he doesn't.
because he was turned down for a date.
By the way, we were talking about this guy who wanted to had a patent in 1903 to encase your loved ones in glass, and you could put them in a whole body in glass. Could be utilized as a lawn statue, he said, or if you just wanted to use the head, it could be a paperweight or a doorstop. Your loved one's head. Well, here's another. There's a sofa. Icelandic designer Dag Gunnarsdóttir designed a lovely sofa that converts into a bed and then a coffin. She was inspired to do this by a visit to Ghana, where artisans had made lovely coffins and also beds that are available for purchase in street markets. I remember reading about a guy who had his own coffin, but he used it as a coffee table.
As a coffee table.
Yeah, he said.
But then someday
He said, "Someday I'll be buried in that."
It's not a bad idea.
But there's a picture of it here. It's a bed, and then you can convert it into your coffin when you die. So there you go. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic, raining.
Well, yeah, it's
A lot.
It's more than spotty sprinkles downtown.
Is it a
actually.
gully washer?
I mean, no, it's.
I would say watch for standing water.
But 50% chance of showers today, 65 for a high. Things clear up by this evening, and it looks like we start to warm up and dry out starting tomorrow with high near 73. We'll be up in the 80s by this weekend, it looks like. Traffic, let me refresh this, give you the most up-to-date information I can. Like Carrie said, the water could be causing some issues on your roadways. Crash southbound I-15 just south of University Parkway. Looks like northbound coming out of Lehigh going into Point of the Mountain, there's quite a bit of slowage, and then further north in Murray northbound. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything in there. Nope, but if you see something, please, if it's safe for you to let us know, we appreciate it when you do. 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas. See indie classics, 500 Days of Summer, and Blue Valentine this weekend. Take your mom to see a movie at the Broadway for Mother's Day. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Here's boner candidate number 3. He didn't save my life. I don't think he was even there. Representative Corey Mills, Republican of Florida, has made his military service a core part of his political persona, prominently featuring his combat service with the Army in his campaign ads, including his Bronze Star. But whether he really earned that combat award has been called into question by multiple on-the-record witnesses who strongly dispute his version of those events. Mills' campaign website identifies him as a father, a patriot, a combat veteran, a decorated U.S. Army combat veteran and recipient of the Bronze Star. He did get a Bronze Star. It was you have to have a form 638 used to recommend for a Bronze Star, and he had that form to recommend him for the Bronze Star. But his commander, Army Brigadier Commander Arnold N. Gordon Bray, who has since retired, he confirmed, yes, I did sign that form, but I have to say, I did not see any of the things that he claimed he did. They came from other reports. So he goes on to talk about how it's, he did get the Bronze Star, but I didn't see any of the things he said he did. Well, one incident that he said happened was in Iraq. He described the exceptional bravery that Mills exhibited while under intense enemy fire and came to the aid of two fallen comrades, Private First Class Joe Height and Corporal Alan Babin. At great risk to his own life, the form stated, he applied emergency life-saving medical care to both soldiers and assisted in their evacuation. Well, so a couple of reporters finally found these two guys that were wounded. And they said, listen, first of all, I was barely injured. And it wasn't enemy fire, it was friendly fire. It was an accident. So, some of my comrades fired, and I'm not holding anything against them. It happens. And I was barely wounded. And he didn't do it. He didn't save my life. He wasn't even there, I don't think.
Jeez. Again,
stolen valor. Stolen valor.
You can just say things now.
And he's used this to get elected. It's Representative Corey Mills, Republican of Florida, stolen valor, boner candidate number 3.
All right, there's your boner candidate number 3. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, Texas is taking the fight to big toothpaste. That's right, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. He's gonna make sure that no fluoride is in his state in the toothpaste. He's gonna go after Colgate and Pepsodent. Going to go after them. Boner candidate number 2, she's the genius who replaced Lynn Cheney in Congress. Representative Harriet Hageman, who says that Trump was right to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America because Mexico has been polluting the Gulf's waters near San Diego. The Gulf is nowhere near San Diego.
The other side.
Boner candidate number 3, he didn't save my life. I don't think he was even there.
All right, let's get to voting. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, Boner Voting, May 6, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, you got about 300 seconds to get your vote in. And as soon as we award the boner, it's hello, yeah, what? You can call and talk to us about anything. Hello, yeah, what is on the way. Stand by for that. HasterGames.com is the website, but we always encourage you to go down to their location. They've been at this location for as long as I can remember doing the tabletop board gaming thing, back before it was cool. Magic, Dungeons and Dragons, dice, figures, paints, all that stuff. This week at Haster, Final Fantasy is coming to your Games of Magic the Gathering in a little over a month, and Haster will, of course, be holding pre-release events to celebrate the set. This is going to be a massive moment for fans of both Magic and Final Fantasy that you don't want to miss out. Contact the shop for details about the events. The iconic board game Catan has just received a brand new edition. This new edition streamlines the rules of the game for less rule reading and more game playing, as well as building upon the existing rules to make each game you play even more fun. Alongside the release is the new base game is the 5 to 6 player expansion, the Seafarers expansion, the Cities and Knights expansion, plus 5 to 6 player add-ons for both. Catan is back and bigger than ever. So go to HasterGames.com, or better yet, just go down and say hi to Cthulhu Bob at 6831 South State. Haster has it. Your trip to California?
Yeah, I took my daughter Jonesy to California with one of her friends to see this performer Rule, who I didn't know anything about.
Ruel.
Yes, and performed at the Shrine Expo Hall on the USC campus, and the hall reminded me of Saltaire.
Oh, really?
Same size, same shape, same setup there,
okay.
And it was packed.
Of course,
but it's a standing show. There are no chairs there.
Oh, okay.
Which is a problem for remain seated Gina Barberi.
Yes.
So go with her friend, and they found a place in the crowd where they wanted to stand.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like this positive, you should be nice to yourself, and like all of his songs are very,
uplifting
and inclusive, and
you know what? Now that you say that, it doesn't surprise me because knowing your daughter,
yeah.
He's the non-Mormon David Archuleta.
I mean, this you would have thought it was the Beatles, the way these girls were screaming and crying, and they love Rule. He's just nice. A nice boy.
So did you do what you said you were going to do, and that is stand at the back of the room with the parents?
So I stayed with her for a bit, and it's weird going to a show where you don't know any of the music at all.
Yeah.
And it's 4 or 5 songs in. I'm like, how does he have all these? He did 17 or 18 songs. I'm like, this is nice, but
it all sounds alike.
So I wandered to the back, where the parents were. Actually, speaking of parents, when we were going into the venue, they were checking people, and they were saying to people, no vape pens, no smoke, no alcohol, and they were checking everybody as they came in, and the girls went ahead of me, and they said that to them, no smoke, no vape, no, and then they saw me, and they're like, oh, you're here with your mom, have a good time. And I'm like, am I so obviously the mom?
So this would have
In
not,
this crowd, yeah.
this would not have been the venue. Yesterday, I was out and about. Day before yesterday, I was out and about and received 3 or 4 comments on the shirt I was wearing, which said, and they were all positive, keep music evil. You've seen me wear that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
This would not have been the venue for me to be wearing that shirt.
No.
Or would it have been?
No. But I lucked out. So I went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom there was a folding chair. Just sitting there.
Waiting for you. Did it say Gina on it somewhere?
It kind of did.
That's why you went to the bathroom. You heard the chair calling your name.
Gina, I'm in here. Come in here.
Mr. Scott, beam me down a chair.
So you removed the chair?
I just left it. I sat in the bathroom in the folding chair.
Oh, I would have taken the
for
chair
a couple
out.
of songs. Not very long.
You didn't take the folding chair
No,
out to the
because then
crowd?
I didn't want security to be like, hey, this is a no folding chair.
Because that's weirder to me that you're sitting in the bathroom on a folding
really
chair.
weird.
That's, to me, that's...
I don't know anybody there.
Yeah, which
just
is...
just a couple of songs.
All right.
I didn't need to hear all 18 songs.
We need to do something that will get Gina in trouble someday. Because you've never really been in trouble.
Why do you want me to get in trouble?
Everybody needs to get in trouble at least once.
But it's not fun getting in trouble.
Well, it's not fun at the time, but it's great stories afterwards, and you don't have any of those.
I just told a great one. I sat on a folding chair in a bathroom. That's fun.
Yeah, that's exciting.
No one else did that at the show. I'm the only person there.
That's an adventure,
That's
Gina.
That's living outside. I'll tell
Well,
you.
you know how I feel about bathrooms. I'm not super comfortable there in public bathrooms.
you
That was
really-
a dangerous thing to sit in the bathroom.
Six.
All right, 7:48. Time to award Boner of the Day.
Boner of the Day brought to you in part by a vegetable curry with homemade mango chutney.
And Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., breakfast till 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
Well, Ken Paxton, number 1, he got 38 votes. Number 2, the stupid congresswoman who doesn't know where the Gulf of Mexico is or in relation to San Diego, she just about cracked 100 votes, close to it.
Oh.
But Boner candidate number 3, he didn't save my life. I don't think he was even there. 110 votes and wins Boner of the Day.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong button.
That's
this
coming.
This is what I was after. That's your Boner of the Day for today, May 6, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Now it's time for
Innovative radio feature. We came up with this years ago. We thought, what if we opened up the phone lines and let people talk to us?
We have a phone.
Huh.
We could give out the number.
Is there a way to put that on the air?
I don't think so.
People hear it on their radios.
No, I don't think I can do
Now,
that.
come on, Mario, get on it.
No, the ground's wet. I can't do that.
So we gave birth to talk radio. We really did.
We did.
877-602-9696. That's the number you can use to call. Hello, yeah, what? And chat with us about anything you have a mind to.
Questions, comments, criticisms, or jokes.
Anything.
Anything you want.
If it's a joke, it has to be clean.
If it's anything, it has to be clean.
Or have such innuendo that you can get by with it. That's pretty hard to do.
Gina, have you watched Four Seasons yet?
No, and this is so me. It's Tina
It's
Fey.
absolutely
It's Alan Alda. It's all my things. Have you watched it?
Yeah, watch the whole thing.
Oh,
He's actually in it, isn't he, Alan Alda?
Yeah, he shows up briefly. And it's almost like he's not actually on the set.
I mean, Alan Alda is not well.
He's not.
He has Parkinson's,
yeah.
and
Parkinson's is getting
he's
really
107.
That'll be my Mother's Day activity.
Is that?
I will
Okay.
binge 4 seasons because it's Tina Fey and Steve Carell.
I think you'll
and-
enjoy it.
Is Bill Hader? No, not Bill Hader.
No,
Will
it's
Forte.
Will Forte.
Will Forte.
I always
Yeah.
get them mixed up.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
Let's continue with.
Hello, yeah, what?
Tim the Tree Guy is here.
Tim,
Hi, Tim.
first of all, let us
Good morning.
let us ask you how you're doing after your accident. How are you?
Actually, I just graduated through the chiropractor deal to only 2 days a week yesterday.
Okay, that's progress.
Have you gotten back into a tree yet?
Not much, no.
All right.
I tried one and it didn't go well.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's not what you want. That's not what you wanted to talk about. Go ahead.
Not really. So I wanted to give you a comparison of how, I know political, but Patriot, Trump versus my father. My
Okay.
father is literally 4 days younger than Trump.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He did Captain Bone Spur. My father joined for Vietnam on his own. He had to have my grandfather, he chose to, and he had to have my grandfather sign off on it because he was only 17.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in both Iraq wars and Afghanistan. And, and he's a Republican. I mean, I can't argue with him on that. That's his deal.
Sure.
And he kicked himself for voting for Trump the first time.
Yeah.
He didn't the second time.
Well, good on him. What's your dad's name?
Yeah, George.
George.
It's George the Tree Guy.
George the Tree.
George. Yes, George the Tree Guy.
Well, tell your father thank you from us.
Yes.
You betcha.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's
See? 877-602-9696. Kim Zilla?
Hello, yeah, what?
Kim Zilla.
Kimzilla. Yes, are you there?
maybe not.
Kim?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
There she is. All right.
Fine. What's up? What do you...
One moment.
That's okay. We'll just stop the show. It's fine.
Sorry. My bad. We'll keep going. My name's Kim Zilla. Kim, actually, I am a chef, so I do banana breads, original banana bread. So I made up this own recipe that I've loved. It's all local ingredients. I'm doing a sale this weekend for Mother's Day.
Wait,
so
wait a
hit me
minute.
up on-
Kim, where do you know that they grow bananas in Utah?
Oh, I wish I knew where they can grow bananas in Utah.
So it's-
okay, not all locally
Okay.
sourced. They can't locally source.
Okay. All right. So what are you doing?
But definitely dairy and everything else is locally sourced. So.
Okay. All right. And
So
what?
we're doing banana bread. If you guys want to hit me up on my Facebook page or my Instagram, it's Kim Zilla Killa Creations or KK Creations.
Okay.
All right.
I'd love to try some.
Well, hit her up on her socials, Bill.
Definitely.
Nope.
I am planning on bringing you guys down a batch of all my fantastic treats.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Kim.
Thank you.
Let's
I'll
stay tuned.
have Gina's portion.
All right. Well, I won't have any nuts or anything like that. And Gina
Oh, no.
will make you something special.
If I'm getting Gina's portion, put nuts in it. I prefer nuts in it. You know?
All right, the nuttier the better.
All right. Thanks,
you.
Kim. See ya.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right, Kelly.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, Kelly. What's up?
Hey, hi guys. Hey, Bill, I listened to you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my son to Sinners.
How old is your son?
He's old. He's 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so what did you
Grown up.
think? What did you think?
Well, I've been told not to give any spoilers, but really, Bill, what you said was good. It was, I mean, I wish it would have gone on a little longer, even though it was kind of a long movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I loved after everything happened, and then when anyway. So it's very intense. 30 minutes of those damn previews for other movies, and I'm already so tense because everything's blood and gore and horror.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have never seen the movie had I not listened to you and taken your advice, but the acting is so superb and very creative.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's beautifully done, and it's a
Yeah.
it's a really bold thing to try and do, and he pulled it off.
I agree. I mean, it just, the editing, everything was,
Yep.
it was just seamless. It was beautiful. So I wanted to tell you that also. I do hate to make calls, so this is a big deal for me. And I think COVID affected all of us with the antisocial thing, you know.
Sure.
But I'm happy to talk to you guys. I love your show, and that was a great movie recommendation. I'll always listen to you guys.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly.
Glad
See you
you
later.
had a good time.
Oh, and Carrie, I love you too.
Oh, that's fine. Gina?
Gina, nah.
She doesn't have to love me.
Nah,
That's
you
not
can-
everybody
No,
else.
Gina, I was already including Gina with the whole list thing. I related to all that, and I'm old.
All right,
You know,
okay.
so.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Michael B. Jordan owes you a Coke.
See?
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696. That's what you do. You just call in and chat with us.
Much like that. You can call in with traffic, too. That's allowed. Crash southbound I-15, 68 south. It's off to the left shoulder. Northbound, we've got some slowages coming from Lehigh into Point of the Mountain and up through Sandy, also northbound. Whatever you're seeing on the roads, let us know. Keep us informed. 33986 Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialist, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates located at 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
All right, 877-602-9696. You decide whether we continue.
Hello, yeah, what?
After these messages. 877-602-9696. RenaissanceRanch.com.
You know, in my family, we've had some problems with drugs and alcohol, and a Renaissance Ranch is a place that you can turn to get help for your loved ones. I've spoken to them on several occasions, and they really are caring people. Renaissance Ranch is family-owned, local family-owned addiction treatment center. It's designed for male patients specifically. And they offer residential and outpatient services, which is great. So in many cases, if someone's battling drugs and alcohol, but they're still employed, they can go and do the outpatient part of Renaissance Ranch. They're staffed by recovering addicts who have great empathy for what's going on because they've been through these addiction cycles themselves. Renaissance Ranch, you can schedule a free consultation and read compelling success stories online. You'll find them at RenaissanceRanch.com. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. They now accept most private insurance plans. And then I was reading a story today, and it's here somewhere, that men are often likely to be the ones to fall in love at first sight, as opposed to women, which I think is interesting.
Did they say why that happened?
Maybe, but I didn't read the whole story. I just read the headline. I haven't read it yet. Let's see if I can find it.
Well,
here.
I'm certain.
There it is.
I'm certain it happens all the time.
You mean,
Sorry.
You believe in a love at first sight?
Yeah.
Some people believe that you have to thoroughly get to know someone before you can fall in love. Others would beg to differ, swearing that love at first sight isn't limited to fairy tales. And apparently 59% of men believe that love at first sight is a thing.
Well, can
49% of women.
Lust at
That's
first
what I was
sight?
going to say.
Well,
Like, I'm very attracted to that person. I don't know how you could be in love with somebody you'd not gotten to know.
It happened to me once.
You were in love.
I swear to God.
Like I would throw myself in front of a train for this person.
It was so pronounced that I think after the first time I saw this person, it might have been that at the very first time I saw them, I said this to them, but it was short a day or so afterward. I don't know how to explain this, but I believe that I have fallen in love with you and I don't know you.
And what did they say to that?
It's a great opening line, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I knew who she was, but I didn't. I had very little contact with her.
How did she react to that?
Positively, very well. As a matter of fact, she said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't." And I mean, I don't know what to do about that, but. And she said, "Well, let's find out."
Well,
or something to that
Mm-hmm.
effect. And I sort of thought that it would be.
That's the one?
Yeah, that's the only time it's. I've fallen in lust.
I was going to say, a lot
I
of.
can see seeing somebody and going,
Yeah.
I am very, very attracted to that person I just saw.
And a lot of people mistake that for love.
Yeah. First time I saw my wife, the woman I'm married to, Carrie was with me.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh my God. That's, but that, to me,
That was lust.
Yeah, that was lust.
Mm-hmm.
But this was different. The time that it happened, it was different. It
And
was
did you find that person to have some quality that...
Yeah, I mean...
You know what I mean? Now I know why I felt that way when I saw this person the first time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we had a relationship for a while, but it was not to be. And I won't go into the details of that because they're too painfully embarrassing. All in all. Somebody said I told that story recently. I think I have mentioned it before, but it just made me think of it reading that that story today. It was never happened to you. Never fallen in love. No. Been attracted. Very, very hard attraction.
But not love.
Texter. Hey, Bill, there's a song by Alan Jackson called I'm Married to You, but I Don't Even Know Your Name.
I like that. You walk up and you say, I'm married to you and I don't even know your name.
That's all. It's good opening.
Here's the thing about country music is that a lot of it is novelty songs, okay? A lot of them are novelty songs.
Somebody in the chat room says that I understand what Bill's talking about. It happened to me, but I didn't have the guts to say anything about it. Yeah. And I couldn't see. That's another thing that I really thought it was something because I had to say it.
You were compelled.
Yeah.
Huh.
At 33986.
Yeah, Benedict in Cottonwood texted us. And like, Benedict, this is a call-in feature. 877-602-9696.
Stupid.
Hello, yeah, what?
In Cottonwood.
In Cottonwood.
All right. It's,
Hello, yeah, what?
Time to chat.
All right, let's go to, is this Hunter? Hunter is here.
Hunter, where are you, Hunter? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. I live in Bountiful.
Okay, what's up?
So I'm a volunteer with a group called NAMI Utah. They offer services to people with mental health conditions. I teach a class for them, and they are having a walk on the 17th at Veterans Memorial Park.
17th of May?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Registration opens at 9 a.m. And this is out in West Jordan. It's a 5K. You can register at NAMIWalks.org.
Okay.
And they do a lot of great services. I teach a class for them. They're all free of cost. If you want to learn more about what NAMI does, you can go to NAMIUtah.org.
Is that NAMI?
I. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
NAMI.
NAMI.org. All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Hunter.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Cheyenne.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, Cheyenne.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much. I just wanted to call, and you guys know how cool I think it is that I grew up listening to you guys with my mom, and now I listen to the radio with my son every day on my way to work.
What's your son's name?
Link.
Link, is he listening right now?
No, I dropped him up at daycare already,
Oh.
but he was listening about 20 minutes ago.
Well, you're a good mom. And
Wait,
your mom was a good
now
mom.
wait a minute. How old is Link?
He's 2, but he still listens along, and he kind of mimics. He's learning to talk, so he reacts now.
Well, if he learns to talk from listening to us, there's going to be big problems.
Yeah. He'll be asking
Okay,
for
there's problems for me, too.
He'll be asking for a cigarette soon.
Yeah. Thanks for calling,
That's
Cheyenne.
nice. We like to hear that, Cheyenne.
Of
That's
course.
nice. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, Cheyenne.
See you later.
Of course. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Mike.
Hello, yeah, what?
Mike, what's up?
Hey, good morning. How's everyone?
Fine, Mike. Just fine.
Oh, great. You know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
What's that, Mike?
Is when these chowderheads are watering their lawn during a rainstorm.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's,
It must go.
It's May, for crying out loud. You don't need to water your lawn, your weed-infested lawn for 5 days a week, especially
right.
during a rainstorm.
I agree.
And
Makes me mad too.
And my neighbor goes out and mows the lawn like every other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like an obsession.
Yeah, that's not good for it either.
No.
So I thought maybe if I put it into the universe, this guy who lives on Main Street in Kaysville will finally get the point
Well,
and knock it off.
We hope so.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Leave a strongly worded note on his door sometime.
That's funny.
Yeah, he looks like a Jeremy type,
Probably.
for sure.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike.
It's way too early.
Have a good one.
Way too early to be watering right now.
Hey, has anybody seen? I put out my hummingbird feeder, and I haven't seen any
Not a
hummingbirds.
one yet. Not a one
Okay.
yet. I wait for Dr. Paul's first hummingbird sighting.
Oh, is that
to
the alert?
mine out. Yeah, because he's a destination apparently.
Hello, yeah, what?
See,
Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. What are you doing? What do you want to talk to us about?
Morning, Lords. I'm calling in today. My wife is going to be up at the Vintage Market selling her homemade pottery. We have a studio that she works out of. And she's going to be up there. If you haven't been to the Vintage Market, I highly recommend it.
Where
it's
is
up in
it?
Logan.
Huh.
It's in Logan, yeah. It's beautiful, and it's a lot of fun. Her booth is going to be Spriggs Ceramics.
Okay.
What kind of
And,
pottery does she do?
It's actually great for Mother's Day coming up because she makes a lot of pie dishes and beautiful mugs and travel mugs.
Does she have
and-
Does she have a kiln?
She does.
Oh,
A
man.
nice big one we got last year because she's just been so busy making stuff.
I helped
So
build a kiln
come on
once
down.
many years ago.
That's on my list of things to do along with Raku.
All right.
All right, so go to the Vintage Market. for
Thanks,
Mother's
Morgan.
Day.
See you later.
Kiln plays a part in the Four Seasons, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
I helped build the kiln at the Bertha Eccles Art Center.
Rachel is here.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello, yeah, what?
Rachel, what are you doing?
Good morning, Lord.
What, yeah.
I just dropped off my daughter at school because it's her birthday. But the reason I was calling is because I just want to shamelessly plug my apparel company that is launching on Friday.
Oh, okay.
What sort of stuff are you doing?
So it's Disney inspired streetwear
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm calling it. The company's name is Parkbound Apparel Co. And you can follow me on Threads or on Instagram or on TikTok right now. And then we are going to be launching on Friday.
Is it? I hope it's not so Disney inspired that you're going to get
I was
sued.
going to say, be careful with this.
No, yes, I am definitely aware, and I am trying to be very careful. Although, if you venture into that realm, you'll see a lot of people that aren't very careful.
Yeah,
but
and they get sued.
But I am trying. Yes, they do. But I am trying to be. Somewhat careful so that doesn't happen. So
Okay.
it's all kind of inspired, but my design.
So do you? How do you don't make it all yourself, do you?
Oh no, I do. So I just operate out of my, my little apartment, and I have the equipment. So I get the shirt blanks, but I do all the designing. I make all the transfers. I have all the equipment. So yep, I do it myself.
All right. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.
Let's go to Ben.
Hello, yeah, what?
Ben.
Good morning. Good morning, lords and ladies.
Good morning.
Great to hear
What-
from you this morning.
What's up?
Well, I'm calling. If Carrie recalls, several years ago, he, Jeff, and Jimmy, the Geek Show squad, did a fundraiser for Boys and Girls Club where
Yes.
Jeff and Jimmy binge watched, I think it was one of the Fockers movies years ago.
Yes.
Well, I'm calling because after-school programs need your help again. You may have just heard that the president's skinny budget just came out, and he's proposed a cut for what is called the 21st Century Community Learning Centers grant.
Yes.
And this is the largest fund for after-school programs in the country. And it effectively funds, thousands of programs supporting millions of kids. It's huge in Utah. It supports if kids are in a school-based after-school program, this grant probably pays for a large portion of that programming. And right now in the state of Utah, there really are no investments statewide in after-school. And this is one of just 3 federal funds that we're able to tap into for after-school programs. So today is actually a national day of action called the After School for All Challenge, where we actually have some people that are in D.C. talking with Congress people, and we're trying to get as many people to call into Congress as we can to just talk about these programs, talk about how important these programs are. If you have kids in a program, talk about what that means to you in enabling you to go to work, and talking about the huge benefits that kids are getting from these programs for you personally, but then also talk about what it would mean if this program wasn't there. How hard would it be for you to go to work and things along those lines?
So you just
we're
want people to
asking-
get in touch with your representatives, correct?
Yes.
Well, Ben, here in Utah, though, we don't need that stuff. We got Mutual.
Do we?
Yeah, we got. You go to Mutual. That's all you need. You just go to Mutual.
All right.
Hey, Ben, thank you.
I hope people
Thank
call.
you so much.
Thanks, Ben.
Yes, thank you so much.
And,
Bye-bye.
I just want to say, that Meet the Fuckers marathon that Jeff and Jimmy did, they're both dead now.
Yeah, I was gonna-
I'm not saying that maybe that had anything to do with it. But,
that crossed my mind.
I
too.
Hello, yeah,
What do you think killed him?
All right.
You can only do that because Jeff and Jimmy would appreciate
They would have
that
laughed
joke.
at that. They would have laughed at that. I'll miss those guys. Crash northbound I-215 at 26 South off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-215 29th South. Crash southbound I-15 68 South. So the rain kicked up, and it looks like the issues have kicked up. Northbound I-15 coming from Lehigh all the way into Point of the Mountain. So be aware you could have some standing water. Make sure your lights are on. Wipers are on,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Wet weather, an issue for your commute this morning. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Beat Gina coming up after some short messages and a song. Easy to play, easy to win. Because we're so cutting edge here on this show, Orson Welles trivia. So that's it would have been his
all
birthday.
the kids he's big on TikTok.
Oh,
Just look him up on.
Huge.
He is huge.
Yes. Orson Welles trivia coming. What is the prize?
We have Daybreak Home and Garden Show tickets, and why don't we stick those in a Radio from Hell brand new edition of our Radio from Hell diner style mug?
Yes.
How about that?
The Slava Ukraine edition.
Yeah.
The blue and yellow. Okay. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Line up and play. Beat Gina. You'll win that prize. 877-602-9696. Harmon's for Mother's Day.
You need to go nowhere else but Harmon's for anything for Mother's Day. We talk about the flowers and all of that, but they have personal care items too. All kinds of things for the bath and for just for your mom to pamper herself. You can put together a whole little basket of things for mom.
But plan a brunch, because everything you need is at Harmon's. Cinnamon rolls they hand make there in their bakery. Croissants they make there. You need a side of bacon with that. Harmon's has their own delicious bacon that they they cut for you, fresh squeezed orange juice. It's all right there ready for you to go.
And then, of course, you can't neglect the flowers at Harmon's. Nothing but the best, the top-notch flowers. You can do something specifically designed for your mother, or just pick one of their already arrangements, I guess you'd say. So it's Harmon's Grocery. Now, you've got one near you probably. All you have to do is go to harmonsgrocery.com. For most of it.
I watched all of it.
I missed part of the beginning, I guess. And somehow I missed the John Cena thing.
The streaking part?
Yeah, which was...
Let me find that.
Which was very funny.
You want to hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Tonight is the 50th anniversary of what used to be the craziest moment in Oscar history. At the 46th Academy Awards in 1974, David Niven was in the middle of introducing Elizabeth Taylor when a nude man, a streaker, ran across the stage, which... Can you imagine if a nude man ran across the stage today?
So he's setting this
up.
up.
I said, can you imagine if a nude man ran across the stage today?
Hey, nude man.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Jimmy. What? I can't come there. Do the thing. Excuse me for a second. What's going on? You're supposed to run across the stage.
I changed my mind. I don't want to do the streaker bit anymore.
What do you mean you don't want to do the streaker bit anymore? We're doing it.
Just don't feel right about it, man. It's an elegant event. You know, honestly, you should feel shame right now for suggesting such a tasteless idea.
It's supposed to be funny.
The male body is not a joke.
Mine is.
No, it's not.
You wrestle naked. Why not?
Dude, I don't wrestle naked. I wrestle in jorts.
Jorts are worse than naked. Come on. You really not going to do this? Fine, just give out the award then. God, the worst.
He shuffles out.
So he is naked, but he's got this giant
envelope in
front of his genitals.
Costumes. They are so important. Maybe the most important thing there is. I can't open the envelope.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
John Cena's very good at comedy.
Of course, Oppenheimer won the Best Picture.
It won everything.
Took 7 awards. Christopher Nolan won Best Director. Cillian Murphy won Best Actor. Robert Downey Jr., Best Supporting Actor. And they won Cinematography, Best Original Score, and Best Film Editing. Emma Stone. That was a surprise.
That was a surprise to
Although
even her. Yeah.
Poor Things actually won a bunch of stuff.
They won several awards, yeah. But she won for Best Actor. Poor Things got Best Costume, Production Design, and Makeup and Hairstyling.
I feel like Poor Things took away a lot of stuff that Barbie maybe should have. Barbie didn't get anything.
Barbie should have gotten
except
something. The Billie Eilish
except for
song,
Billie Eilish, which Billie and Phineas did a wonderful job performing that live. She sounded so good.
Emma Stone beat the front. Everybody thought Lily Gladstone would probably win for Killers of the Flower Moon because she's won every other award.
All the other awards.
Every other one.
Yeah.
I was right. Didn't see this. Miyazaki won for The Boy and the Heron, Best Animated Feature. The Zone of Interest won the Oscar for Best International Feature. And, God, it's heartbreaking. 28 Days in Mariupol won the award for Best Documentary. I don't think I could watch that. It just seems too... Anatomy of a Fall won a Best Original Screenplay.
What I liked about that was when Michelle Yeoh was was talking. So they did an interesting thing with the
I was
acting.
I was going to bring that up. I thought that was really effective.
They brought, like for Best Actress, they brought out 5 women that have won previously to introduce the other. I love that rather than just one person standing up reading everything.
Yeah.
And when Michelle Yeoh was talking to Sandra, I don't know how to say her last name, Hewler, who was in Anatomy of a Fall, she said exactly what I thought about it. Michelle Yeoh said, I still don't know if you murdered your husband or not. Like, you get to that end of the movie and you're like, I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know if she did.
Is that a spoiler for those of us who haven't seen it?
Well, no, saying you don't know whether she did or didn't is, I mean, I'm not giving anything away by saying that. It's
Let's see. The Best Director, Christopher Nolan, of course.
Well, I think, speaking of things that the Oscars need to get rid of, so we said the in memoriam segment because it's always weird and they'd miss people. The other thing they need to stop doing is having old people come out to announce winners of things, because Al Pacino coming out at the end, it reminded me of like the Warren Beatty Faye Dunaway thing when they screwed up the Best Picture thing.
Yeah.
Al Pacino shuffled out there, looked like he didn't know where he was. He just sort of mumbled who the winner was. It was kind of like, was he listing the movies or is that the winner? It was very...
He didn't list the movies.
No.
He just opened it up and said, Oppenheimer.
No more old people.
Our friends from the
Salt Lake Film
Society did not win.
They didn't win?
No, Jared and
Jared
Jerusa.
and Jerusa.
And they did not win.
That's too bad.
It was a short animated feature called War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko.
Here's something else that has to go.
What?
Gigantic dresses.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Davine Joy had one. Ariana Grande had
was
this
ridiculous.
Enormous pink puffy dress, which, you might say that's a fashion choice or whatever, but you're going to go in and sit down.
Oh, there's
Did
no
you
sitting.
see any of the crowd shots of Ariana Grande
No.
sitting in the audience with her giant dress? The people on either side of her
couldn't see.
because she had a big pink dress.
Thanks for your grande dress.
I thought Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger did a good
They
pretty
were
good
funny.
job. They were funny.
Yeah, we both tried to kill Batman. And then they cut to Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's what we have in common. We both tried to kill Batman, and Michael Keaton just looked so stern and angry, and kept. And then at one point he went, "I've got my eyes on you guys."
And Ryan Gosling,
yes,
stole the whole show.
Absolutely,
I thought,
he did.
With "I'm Just Ken." It didn't matter that song didn't. I think that should have gone to Billie Eilish, but that performance that he did was. They should never do another musical performance on the Oscars because I don't know how you top that.
And Bradley Cooper was there with his mother, as usual.
Lovely. All right. Because
on this day in 1971, Chris Shiflett, one of the guitarists for Foo Fighters. You know what we could have done, and I didn't realize till I was just reading this.
What?
Not the only band he was in.
Oh.
Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
He was in that band.
We could have played them.
Oh, okay.
I know you like Me
I
First
do.
and the Gimme Gimmes.
Very much. All right, there you go. It's 8:24. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
The Daybreak Home and Garden Show happening May 16th through the 18th at the new Daybreak Field in South Jordan. The Daybreak Home and Garden Show offers demos, vendors, seminars, and project inspirations for everything in your home, inside and out. More information at x96.com.
Stand by for game show action. After this word from Clairol for Men. I'm Johnny Ola, and this is the fastest way for a guy to look great. Men are wearing their hair longer today than they used to.
Oh, yeah.
But when you wear your hair long, you find that you have to wash it more and dry it right, or the whole thing just falls flat. Because the secret of today's hair isn't just more hair, it's cleaner hair, blown dry to give it bulk and body it out. The fastest shape you can get is with Airbrush, Clairol's new styling dryer.
Oh.
It's faster because it generates more air and more heat. If you go to x96.com/live, you'll see a picture of that wonderful device.
Oh, look at that.
It's light but tough, and besides 2 speeds, you get dual voltage. After all, a guy deserves to look great anywhere in the world, doesn't he? Styling combs are fine, but they're not really meant to handle a head full of wet hair. The new Clairol hairbrush is designed for that. Your hair never had it so good or so fast. Clairol Airbrush, man's fastest hair dryer.
Wow.
And
Man's fastest hair dryer.
now here he is, the entertainment industry's fastest and funniest game show host,
Oh, thank you.
Perry Jackson.
The guy looked like he could use that dryer on his shoulders as well.
That's not all he uses it for.
Hairy man.
He uses it for hair down there.
Oh, my. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be going against Carrie Ann today.
Hi, Carrie Ann.
Are you there?
Hello.
Hi. All right, Carrie Ann. Oh, this is a. Oh, Carrie Ann. This is a mother-daughter team, isn't it?
Perfect.
All right.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Tails.
Tails? All right, let's see what happens here. It is heads.
Oh,
Terribly
yeah.
sorry.
You're going to have to work hard for these home and garden show tickets.
Yep. Now, because Gina won the coin toss, that means that she goes first. First question is for her to answer on her own without any interference. Multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Carrie Ann, and what's your daughter's name?
My name is Shanna. I'm the mom.
Oh, you're the mom, Shanna. Okay, Shanna and Carrie Ann. You get a chance to steal the point away if she gets it wrong. So, Orson Welles, it would have been his birthday today if he had lived.
I bet Carrie Ann has seen a lot of those. Orson
Some cutting
Welles
edge.
movies.
Yeah, the kids are all about Orson Welles. So, let's begin with the first question. First question for Gina. Gina.
Yes.
How did he afford to make his own films?
Okay.
Was it 1, he directed movies he did not write under the name Arthur Dinsdale? Was it 2, took acting roles in other films? Was it 3, he pulled copper wire out of abandoned houses and sold it for scrap? Or 4, the famous Orson Welles Bikini Car Wash on Lankershim Boulevard?
I don't know. I'm going to guess he acted in other people's films.
Correct.
Yes, he didn't care for doing that too much.
No.
That's how he got the money.
Yep.
All right, that's 1-0. Now we go to it's Shanna and Carrie Ann.
Yes. All right, you guys.
Carrie.
Sorry, Carrie. Sorry, Carrie.
Look, that's your mother's fault, okay?
Her father's fault.
Her father's fault. All right. In 1948, Orson Welles directed, produced, and wrote the screenplay for and played the lead role in what movie? Is it 1, The Lady from Shanghai? Was it 2, The Stranger? Was it 3, Macbeth? Or was it 4, Hi, I'm Orson Welles, and welcome to Jackass?
2.
The Stranger? Good guess. But terribly sorry.
Right. That was 50-50.
Yeah.
1?
The Lady from Shanghai?
Oh, no.
What? I think that was your answer.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Oh, Johnny!
Macbeth.
You
I'm
said
sorry.
1.
The Lady from
I
Shanghai.
thought you were giving me a hint.
Next time it's what is 1.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So it's 1-0 for Gina. That was a steal. So Gina, you control the question.
All right, Gina, I got to give you one that's not so easy.
What?
Okay. All right. I'll give you an easy one then.
Give Carrie Ann the easy one.
All right, I'll give her the easy one then. Who did George Lucas want Orson Welles to be in Star Wars?
Oh, okay.
This is for Gina.
This is for Gina. Was it 1, the cantina bartender Whirrer? Will sell no blue milk before it's time. Was it 2, R2-D2, but Orson could not fit in the costume?
No.
Was it 3, Darth Vader? Or 4, the Emperor Palpatine?
Well, I'm going to say Darth Vader.
Correct.
I would
He
have
has
said
the
other one.
voice.
Yeah.
He has
All
the-
right, there you go. That's 2 points for Gina, none for Shanna and Carrie Ann.
All right. Here we go, you guys. What was Orson Welles' first feature-length film? His first feature-length film. Was it 1, War of the Worlds? Was it 2, Citizen Kane? Was it 3, Bichard the Third? Or was it 4, White Boy Summer?
One.
One?
War of the Worlds? Is that the answer you want?
No.
No, that was a radio play. That was not a movie. Sorry.
That's a kind of a trick question.
There
Trick
was
question.
a movie made of it later, but not
Yeah.
with Orson
But
Welles.
not with Orson Welles.
Well, that would be Citizen Kane.
Gina wins the game like just
Dang
quick.
That's okay.
That's what I say. Dang it.
You know what? But Kari-Ann, I can tell how cute you are, and I want to give you tickets anyway, just because you're cute.
All right.
We're going to give you these Daybreak Home and Garden Show tickets and the mug.
And the mug.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hang on the line. Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get that stuff.
Listen, I've got to get home. Mrs. Ola just called. She's ready. She's ready for my blowout.
Oh. All right. Big boy news now. Brought to you by.
Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear. Explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. It all starts Memorial Day weekend and runs all summer. Don't miss it. The adventure is circling.
Jury selection began yesterday in the high-profile federal sex trafficking trial of hip-hop mogul Sean Combs. Combs appeared with gray hair because he's not allowed to dye his hair while being held in jail. At one point, he was a little nervous as he requested a bathroom break. As of Monday evening, half of the potential juror pool had been excused, some because they would not be able to serve for the duration of a potentially long trial, and some due to past experiences that would make it objectively difficult, or would make objectivity difficult. More jurors will be vetted today. Combs has pleaded not guilty, facing multiple federal charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. 5-count indictment overlaps with several of dozens of accusations and lawsuits alleging that Combs raped, abused, drugged, and violently assaulted both men and women, including young children, over the course of decades. The original 14-page indictment paints a dramatic picture of Combs striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking women. Prosecutors allege he also drugged women, kept explicit videos of them, and threatened them. If the prosecutors allege that he kept explicit videos of women, that would indicate to me that they have those for evidence.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The government claims that Combs monitored victims' medical records, controlled what they wore, where they lived. They allege that his abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. And Judge Arun Subramanian said last week that attorneys would conduct some portions of jury questioning privately because of the highly personal nature of the case. Potential jurors will be asked privately whether they have specific connection to sexual abuse in addition to the standard public questioning. It's really bizarre, and it's going to be a long case. I don't know how much. I think they will have some restraints on what information comes out.
I wonder.
Anyway,
I don't know.
We talked about that paleontological dig in St. George.
Yes.
It's been saved from development after the city agreed to relocate the planned electrical substation.
Oh, good.
Allowing scientists to continue their work indefinitely.
Excellent.
The city had initially given the paleontologists until the end of April to excavate as many fossils as possible from the site near the St. George Dinosaur Discovery Museum before construction began. We're supposed to be meeting with the city to go over and pinpoint the exact location of the substation, said Andrew Milner, the lead paleontologist, because Milner says the site that they've selected to build the substation now, there's probably going to be fossils there as well. They're just all over the place. Yeah. But at least they saved this spot has been saved, and a lot of the public has been there helping out dig and we've had some listeners call and say they went down there. Yeah. And I don't know if they're going to continue to allow the public down there to help them dig. The site has yielded more than 1,095 fossil specimens, including previously undiscovered species of dinosaurs, sharks, and fish. There are a few species here that we just have never seen, said Milner. So there you go. Well, it was a natural gas explosion that blew up a gas station on North Temple and Redwood Road yesterday. Authorities say it was a natural. They are pretty sure it was natural gas. Call was received at about 3:15 in the morning about an explosion on North Temple. When crews arrived, they reported a smell of gas in the air, started checking on nearby buildings. 4 fire trucks were dispatched to the scene. There was no active fire at the time. Officials said they found structural damage to the Chevron gas station. The walls and the windows had been blown out. Pretty big explosion. Also, it appears that the explosion, there was probably a fire, and when it exploded, the explosion blew out the fire.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's no injuries reported due to the explosion. Gas company employees remained on the scene. Investigators to determine the exact cause of the explosion. There was a meteor. A lot of people reported seeing it streak across the sky over the Salt Lake Valley, and now scientists across Utah are searching for that meteor because it probably fell someplace in the Salt Lake Valley.
Yard?
Yeah, a dash camera from a KSL viewer captured the meteor as it went behind the mountains in Ogden. What we call that is a fireball, said Jason Trump, the education program supervisor at Clark Planetarium.
Maybe this is just an elaborate Superman marketing thing.
This had a green glow to it, and it traveled across Utah, and a lot of people were able to see it in the Salt Lake Valley area. Trump said that the scientists believe the meteor did fall somewhere near Ogden. This might not be the only meteor gracing Utah's skies. Trump said summer is one of the best times of the year to view meteor showers, with one peaking on Monday and Tuesday. Right now we have a meteor shower that's going on. It's the Eta Aquarid shower that will be peaking on the 5th and 6th of May. Well, I don't think we'll be seeing it.
Nope.
Pretty overcast, unless it clears up tonight. Then there's the Perseids meteor shower, which will occur in August. That's the biggest one of the year. So if you get a chance to catch that at the beginning of the summer, and then the largest one in August. And if you've ever done that, just gone to a place where, and there's a meteor shower, and just go out where it's
why
far
I like
away
going,
from the city lights and everything, and just lay there on the ground and watch them. And you'll see 10, 12, every few minutes.
If you go up to Huntsville, Huntsville is
that's a good area.
is a certified dark skies area.
Oh yeah.
If you want, there's a place closer. If you go just to where Little Mountain is here, up Immigration Canyon. You go all the way up Immigration Canyon, and then when you get to the top, before you go over before you go back down the other way to I-80, that's Little Mountain, and it's really dark up there. It's a good spot to watch them. Trump administration preliminary budget proposal suggests plans to cut about 24 substance abuse and prevention and treatment programs. The criminal justice outreach coordinator for an addiction treatment center said that the budget cuts will mean cuts to services that are vital to people's lives. It's according to Jareth Williams with Odyssey House. Without it, we'll lose a lot of programs. Over the last decade, research has shown that fentanyl is taking over when it comes to overdose deaths, and there'll probably be more of that. And Donald Trump, he's introduced 2 new national holidays.
Oh yeah.
Now, don't expect to get time off work. Trump posted that we will not be closing the country for those days because, we already have too many holidays in America, and there are not enough days left in the year. We were workers then, and we are workers now, whatever that means.
Well, you're working hard. You're going to have less, and he wants you to be okay with that. He wants you to not buy as much.
Trump designated a new holiday on May 8th to mark the Allies' victory in World War II, and November 11th is a new holiday to mark the signing of the armistice that ended the World War. The president's reasoning: we won 2 world wars, but we never took credit for it. Everybody else does.
Thought we did.
All over the world. The Allies are celebrating the victory we had in World War II. The only country that doesn't celebrate, it's the United States.
No,
and the victory was only accomplished because of us.
We celebrate. And it wasn't just because of us. It was a team. It was the Avengers. It's like that. Okay?
And then with his answer on, opening up Alcatraz again.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's a TV show.
Why are you doing this? Why are you opening up Alcatraz?
Because I saw a
Well,
movie.
it represents just listen. It represents something very strong, very powerful in the terms of law and order. A country needs law and order. Alcatraz, as I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing, and Alcatraz, the movies. But it's right now. A museum, believe it or not. A lot of people go there. It housed the most violent criminals in the world. Nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found this clothing rather badly ripped up. And it was like, it was a lot of shark bites and a lot of problems. But nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz.
No, 3 people have.
What's he talking about?
3 people have escaped.
He even says, I saw it in the movies.
Yeah.
He thinks this is all a movie.
Well, and apparently, Escape from Alcatraz was playing on a South Florida TV station while he was down in Mar-a-Lardo.
Oh, listen,
and
Gina,
that's where he got the idea. Plus, it's going to cost billions to do this.
No, how did you decide to reopen Alcatraz? He was asked. I was supposed to be a movie maker.
What?
I was supposed to be a movie maker. Nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they found his clothing rather badly ripped up, a lot of shark bites. What?
No, 3 people escaped.
What's he?
And
he's an idiot.
He thinks
he watched
he's living in a movie.
He watched the movie that day, got the idea. Billions of dollars it will cost.
I mean, it won't. They won't.
This is all a distraction from what's really happening. His cryptocurrency stuff. Anyway,
I did rewatch the So I Married an Axe Murderer Alcatraz scene with Phil Hartman. All of this, that was the good thing that came out of all this. I rewatched Vicky, the tour guide on
sports weather traffic.
So good news for our hockey team. They got bumped up in the draft. They moved up 10 spots to secure the 4th overall pick, which is great. To pick 4th, that could be a game changer for them coming up next season. So congratulations for that. Salt Lake Bees, they play the Sugarland Space Cowboys today. And it's family night and get 4 lawn seats for just $40 for that. So you could bring the whole family, enjoy a night going against the Space Cowboys. That's your sports. Weather. It's wet.
Very.
50% chance of showers today, high of 65. That diminishes as the day goes on, and as the week goes on, we warm up and dry out. We'll be in the 80s by Friday, it looks like. Traffic, heard from a friend of the program saying semi-truck and trailer slid off through a barrier northbound 215 just north of I-80. Thank you for sending that in. Got a crash eastbound SR 201 30th West. Crash northbound I-215 West 7th North. Crash eastbound SR 201 91st West off to the right shoulder. And crash northbound I-15 80th South. And at University Parkway in Orem, southbound I-15 milepost 269, we've got a crash there too. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take a break. We'll be back. The Donut Critic is here after these messages with some dangerous pretzels. Ooh. All right, stand by for that. Larson, HVAC and Plumbing.
We were talking to that friend of the program who said, my mom listened to your show, I listen, my son listens. It's the same thing with Larson. Family-owned business.
Family.
They've been around since 2017. Sean and his family there, and they are taking care of all of our HVAC services in our houses. I know they've been to everybody's, getting your AC ready for the summer. That's because we are all members of the VIP club, and that VIP isn't because we're Radio from Hell. Anybody can join there.
You can join.
And it's a good thing to do because they will keep track. You'll get an email or a text message from Larson saying, oh, you're due for your air conditioner, or in the fall, you're due for your fall tune-up. That kind of thing. And if they look at your stuff and say, oh, looks like you might need to fix this or that, they're not going to try to upsell you on things you don't need. If they say you need something fixed, you need it fixed, and you should listen to them. Plus, they're Rheem Pro certified partners. Lots of easy ways to enter to win one of 3 Ecobee smart thermostats installed for free. Do it before the end of the month. You'll find it all at larsonhvac.com/X90. I have a quick morsel of murder if we have time.
Yeah, just a few minutes.
Let's see. Oh, where is it? It's a good one.
It's not the Idaho guy, is it?
The Idaho guy. No.
Because they pulled it. They had some new evidence in that case.
No. This is some murders get solved immediately, while others take decades.
We've talked about this before, by the way, and I heard a statistic that it's almost half of murders committed in this country are never solved.
Mm-hmm. You can get away with murder. Sure you can.
Jeez.
Over 30 years ago, in 1990, a woman dressed like a clown
Lovely.
and handed another woman flowers and balloons and then shot her.
Lovely.
Knocked on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to deliver flowers. Crime's gone unsolved since 2017.
Where was this?
In Florida.
Okay.
Went unsolved so that happened in 1990. Went unsolved until 2017 when DNA test identified the killer. Sheila Keene Warren, a woman who married the victim's husband 12 years after the murder.
Wow.
She wasn't clowning around.
Part of what they did was they found like red clown hair in her car.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that rents clown costumes in the town they live in.
I recognize her.
Recognized her as renting the clown costume. But because she was dressed up, they couldn't
fully identify
her. You think if you're going to disguise yourself to go kill somebody, you think, oh, I got to wear a ski mask.
I wonder what her clown name was.
Killy the clown?
I don't know.
Killy the clown.
Kitty the killer clown?
But apparently she worked with the husband of the woman she killed and was having an affair with him. And
But did he know that she was the clown that
that's
killed her?
the thing. We don't know that part of it. He had to know. Of course he had to know. Who else would want his poor wife killed?
He discovered he discovered her big shoes in the closet.
What are these? You've been out clowning at night, haven't you?
No. Yeah, that's a good one.
Isn't that a good one?
Yep.
She got away with it for 17 years until DNA is catching everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I think, and the cops kept on the trail of the clown.
Yeah. Who found the red clown hair in her car?
All right. Good Lord. This is something here.
The pretzel critic is here.
Oh, well, let's get your theme song going here.
It's Ben Lee.
And he's here to ruin dinner, apparently.
Oh, my gosh. This is amazing. So instead of donuts, he is the donut critic, but we're doing pretzels today. These look dangerous.
Yes, these are dangerous. And honestly, like the branding makes it for me. I mean, obviously the pretzels are amazing, but
it's a damn good pretzel.
Yes. And one of the things that they wanted to do when they started this company was make it dangerous and make it edgy and bring pretzels back.
So what's that? So we keep saying dangerous. It's just called Dangerous Pretzel, right?
It's called Dangerous Pretzel,
Okay.
yeah. So that's the funny thing about it is because when you walk into a shop, I mean, how many times have you walked in and you've seen something so delicious that you're like, oh, that's dangerous. Whether it's dangerous for your waistline, your diet, whatever. And that was the inspiration.
Well, they did it.
Now we've got here. Yeah, and I posted some on my Instagram too. You can see part of what I wanted to ask you is there's all these dipping sauces. So what are that looks like a fry saucy kind of one.
Yeah, so that's their special sauce. Has a little bit of heat to it. And then you're seeing a cheese as well, which is just really savory and goodness, especially when you're mixing it with a salty pretzel. And then there is a sweet cream. That's the whiter one.
That's really good.
And then they have a house mustard, which is my favorite because I love mustard, but when they just like phone it in and don't give you a good mustard. Yeah. Like I'm not a fan of that.
And that's kind of the traditional thing, pretzels and mustard. That's like a straight ahead.
That's what makes it great.
Well, but one of the things that really separates them is they flavor inside of the dough. So a lot of times, people are throwing things on top, cheese, peppers, other things. These are flavored inside as well on a lot of these varieties. And that, honestly, I think what separates and makes them dangerous as well. So,
where are they located?
They're actually pretty close to you downtown. So they're on 6 South and about 352 West. So you really do have to stay in the right lane, in the left lane of the 6 South, and then make a good little turn into their place.
Oh, okay. I think I know where that is.
Yeah, you'll see their signage, and you got to be ready to stop before you get to 300 West.
Kind of in the Post District.
But I honestly think that they're a destination shop, and I think that that's why it works, is because they've created a brand, they've created a product that gets people going.
A guy in the chat room says they have beer. Is that right?
Yes, and
beer and pretzels.
Oh, well, there you go. That is a destination then too.
Yeah,
That's,
definitely.
Yeah.
So is there a place you go in and sit down and have a pretzel and a beer?
Yeah, and I was surprised because you can only see that corner, and I've had them catered in multiple times. So I've had these pretzels probably 4 or 5 times. And this was the first time that I've been in their location. But yeah, you go in and there's seating and it's kind of like tucked back. It can be a whole experience of getting a hot and fresh pretzel and drinks. But I mean, it's definitely a nod to the art on it. So they started it one weekend and thought, we're going to revolutionize pretzels. And they had a beer in hand and like a couple ideas on recipes, and they just went through it. And they went through dozens and dozens and weren't satisfied until they finally got the recipe.
So in here we have many to choose from. We got the regular salty.
Yep.
The brush before kissing. We got the spicy bee, which has jalapenos on it.
Yep, that's the jalapeno cheese variety that you're getting on that one.
Yeah, the bootlegger is a bourbon maple bacon.
So I didn't bring that one in, so you're going to have to go into the location to get that one.
Devil's Delight.
Same thing, I didn't do that one, but that one has pepper jack cheese and pepperoni, which,
yes,
honestly, amazing.
And this one sounds great. The Jealous X, soured pickles, dill seasoning, and 297 missed calls waiting for you to partner up, it says here, on their menu.
The Jealous X, for sure.
Yeah, and then they have the sweet flavors, sweet cinnamon sugar on a pretzel. Absolutely perfect.
In a pretzel.
In a pretzel.
And a pretzel.
The Sweet Talker, blueberries, and basil.
Ooh, I want to
That's
try
what
that.
I'm having.
They have one of those?
That's the darker one.
With lemon glaze on that.
Yep, so each of you have the Sweet Talker, and then the Saint, so you're getting that cinnamon sugar.
The Saint is the cinnamon sugar.
And that pairs well with that cream.
Yeah.
So as you kind of dip that in.
Now, this one actually sounds good. It says for the kids, but I'll take it. Sugary glaze topped with fruity pebbles.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my! I need that.
Can you imagine that?
They have a website. I guess you're on their website.
Yeah, it's dangerouspretzels.com.
Just Dangerous Pretzel, not
dangerouspretzel.com.
Now that
they do have beer.
sometimes a pretzel can be really dry. These are just the perfect consistency.
Oh yeah, no, they've really nailed that outside skin. So that's my favorite thing about a pretzel is that skin, and that just like has that chewiness to it, and then inside is nice and soft.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like this.
Gina, try that cream. It's not cream cheese.
It is. Yes, it is.
I don't believe
It is.
It doesn't taste like cream cheese.
Yeah, because here's how they describe it on the website. For you devilish sweet tooths out there, sweet plus cream plus cheese.
I'm pretty sure I brought something in cream cheese and you liked it, but
I have a policy. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't need the dipping.
That's true.
I like
these
it.
pretzels just on their own. They're terrific.
That cream dipping sauce is just superb.
They got quite a few beers to choose from, and also non-alcoholic stuff as well, of course.
Yeah.
But this sounds like a terrific way to ruin dinner.
Well, if I've ruined them, I'm not eating for the rest of the day.
And honestly, one of the biggest things that they do that I think is genius is catering. I mean, I've had this many times where you go in and it's just a wall of pretzels. They're all just hanging, and so not only do you get an amazing view, but then you get like pretzels and you get the dips, and it's an experience. And so if you're looking to cater a family party or business, that is the way to go.
And it's unusual, not,
Oh yeah, no, it's not cookies. Like
Yeah.
cookies had their day. Like we're not doing cookies anymore.
No, that's behind us now.
It's all about pretzels.
Yeah, and I'm sure they've heard this before, but these pretzels are making me thirsty.
Hey,
so.
oh.
Boom.
Oh, this is a place that's worth going out of your way to find. You said it's a
100%,
little
yeah.
it's a little kind of hidden there. Totally worth it.
Yep, they're closed on Mondays, and so just make a note of that. But yeah, make your way there this weekend.
Does that mean they're open on Sunday?
Let me see. I thought
They might be closed Sunday and Monday.
I'll look at that.
Well,
But
it's incidental.
Yeah, head down there for lunch or something, man.
But yeah, honestly, amazing.
Dangerous pretzel.
And they're
Oh,
packaged.
They are open Sunday.
There you go.
Oh, good.
And they're packaged really well, too.
Their branding, like you could honestly look at their branding for hours just because there's so much detail.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben Lee.
Thank
you
you.
can find all of Ben's stuff at Instagram. Just look for the Donut Critic.
Thank you all.
Traffic, Gina.
Crash northbound I-15 at Main Street in Payson, milepost 251. Crash southbound I-15 on-ramp to go to Parish Lane in Davis County. Eastbound SR 201 at 30th West. Northbound I-215 West at the 7th North off-ramp there. And eastbound 201 91st West in Salt Lake. And whatever else you're seeing, you can text us, 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music. Enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices. All at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss Jason Isbell on the 400 unit tonight at the Sandy Amphitheater. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
KXRK Provo. All right, after these messages and a song, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play. Easy to win the prize. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. And if you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could try guessing. I wouldn't. I'd cheat. Go to x96.com, click on the box that says Boners May 6, 2025, and it'll say winner next to the correct answer. Call us and tell us that correct answer, and you will win.
You will win a chicken bucket full of fabulous prizes, including, let's throw in one of the new Radio from Hell Diner style mugs.
That's the Radio from Hell chicken bucket. It does not contain chicken.
Does not. So 877-602-9696. Call us and tell us who won the boner this morning, and you will win. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. The Daybreak Home and Garden Show.
It's spring is in the air. It's time to get gardening, and if you're a homeowner or a gardener or you have a backyard bird sanctuary, this is the place you want to be. It's May 16th and 17th and 18th, and it's at the new ballpark.
Oh.
Maybe, this is a good excuse to go check that out.
Yeah,
Get the kids.
It's the Daybreak Home and Garden Show, and it's at the ballpark at America First Square, May 16th through the 18th, and the show will have something for pretty much everybody. Vendors galore, home and garden and patio stuff, free games for the kids, free do-it-yourself seminars, and they're giving away free, they'll do a drawing for a prize every hour. And make sure you tour the tiny home from a company called Box House. And you get to look at the new ballpark and kind of take a tour of the new ballpark. So you can get tickets and information at thebesthomeshow.com. It's thebesthomeshow.com. On Friday, I left the show early, 9:30, because I had to go have a procedure scheduled for 10:30. And I wasn't going to talk about it other than to say it was a procedure, but Gina, I think off the air, said to me, or maybe it was on the air, I talked about my hysterectomy.
Yeah, that's personal.
Yeah.
Carrie's had a testicle removed.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it on the air. And I said, okay, I'm having a procedure having to do with my prostate. Now, I won't go into all the details of that because it's just technical and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't have prostate cancer. I have a perfectly healthy prostate, except for it starts to enlarge as you get older. They say men should have a prostate exam probably by about 45, age of 45 is the first one you should. And the doctor just checks to see, is it normal size or is it getting bigger? And they can tell, then they do I think it's a PSA blood test, where they can determine if there is any are there any cancer cells there, and that sort of thing. So anyway, I went to have this procedure. Another reason that I decided was okay to talk about it today and on Friday, I started getting emails from people saying, thanks for talking about this. You know, people are embarrassed to talk about things like this, about their prostates and their other body parts, and we shouldn't be because, you know, these...
It's healthcare.
Here's one email that I got. Thanks for letting me listen. I just moved to Reno in July because my now fiance got into medical school. She started doing face-to-face patient exams that include basic strength tests, neurological, etc. She also started doing more invasive evaluations, like checking the prostate. One thing I did not know is that the school she is in, University of Nevada, Reno, actually hires actors as patients. So she had a new patient and told me as nervously she put her investigative finger in the place where you put it. He immediately corrected her course of action and said, no, you've really got to get it up in there. It was an actor who's
done this
many times. Says so maybe Bill can get back into acting.
Jeez. What's my motivation?
You guys are awesome.
Bill's a prostate exam actor.
I wasn't sure I would be at work today.
Really?
Yeah, because the procedure was painful, but bearable. You know what I mean? It's like the doctor will say, okay,
you're going to feel this now.
No, he'll say, okay, I've got to do this one more time, so get ready. Okay, one more time, get ready, you know. And you're going, and there's you've got fortunately the laughing gas, which you have to pay extra for because the insurance company would just as soon have you suffer.
Yeah.
And the laughing gas doesn't do anything for pain. It just makes you not care, really.
And it still hurt, but then I was laughing while it was hurting and joking about it. But so when it's over, they tell you to expect lots of different things happening. Blood in your urine.
They were mucking around in there.
You know, blood in your urine, it's normal. It will be normal. It could go on for days. All kinds of... Well, what happened to me, I had a little bit of that, but one thing that happens is frequency of urination.
You haven't gotten any rest, have you?
The first day, I did not. I probably slept 20 minutes at a time all night. And what's weird about it is, you know, Carrie, I don't know if it's the same for women, but when you feel the sensation, I have to pee. You can kind of hold it back and sit and contemplate it. And,
I don't want to get up.
Now, if you do it too long, you'll go, I got to run.
Yeah.
There's none of that. It was just like instant.
It's happening now.
Yeah. And I actually did not make it to the bathroom twice.
Ooh.
It's terrible. It was just, and so but then yesterday it was quite a bit better, and today I'm wearing my pants where I can just hurry and throw them off.
Yeah,
I don't have to
you
worry
have those
about
breakaway stripper pants.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about belt buckles or anything like that. And I may have to run out during some portion of the program. You don't know.
Okay.
So if I just disappear while the show is on, that's what's going on.
Now, it might be indelicate, but.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you, for a day or two, wear something that would make it not so bad if you didn't make it all the way?
I thought about that, wear adult diapers
just
or something.
This isn't a permanent thing, just for a day or two.
So I tell you what I did do. As I left the office, the nurse said, here, take this. There might be some leakage. And it was this little conical thing, that you're supposed to put over your, your junk. And I said, okay. And I did that on the way home, but it didn't do any good. And it kept, so when we got home, my wife said, well, here, let's get some panty liners.
I was going to say,
I got panty liners. I said, what? She said, yeah, panty liners. And we put that in, stuck it down on the underwear, and that worked beautifully.
Yeah.
So, but I did think about adult diapers because when I was asleep, and that actually had happened this morning. I almost didn't make it out of the bed at one point. I just woke up instantly and went to the bathroom, And
but ultimately, when this heals,
I mean, the procedure is designed to relieve. When your prostate gets bigger, it puts pressure on your bladder. and that causes different problems with urination. So, and it can also, I think it can hasten cancer, or you know. So this procedure just takes the prostate, and so it's not resting on your bladder.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and then you don't, have to get up 5 times a night. And
Yeah.
So, but right now it's like, whew. But I'm amazed. I read all the things, the symptoms, and said expect this to go on for 7 to 10 days, and and I'm really pretty good, except for
that.
Well, and it gets
Do you need
better.
to go? Do you need this? We've been
No,
talking for
I
a
just
while.
went. I just went.
Oh, there we go.
So that's what it was. Oh, by the way, if anybody has any questions that they want to ask me about the procedure or prostate or whatever, just email me, bill@x96.com, and I'll be happy to answer more personal questions via email if you want to do that.
Can you tell me why you texted in Pius in Salem?
In Salem?
Tell me why we played that song. Well, in 1960, Larry Steinbachek, the keyboardist for Bronski Beat, was born.
There you go.
I don't think there's anybody named Pius in Salem.
You don't know? He texted in from Salem.
Things have changed in Salem.
And they must have.
Yep.
It's become a Catholic stronghold, hasn't it?
Oh, there's all kinds of people moving in there. There's New Salem, and then there's Old Salem.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the New Salem people, they moved up on the hill there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that always happens,
Yep.
And then they look down on the Old Salem
On the Old Salem people.
And the Old Salem people always bitch about they come in here and they think they own the place. Well, they really do own the place because they have more money than
They do, actually. Yeah. All right. I got lost when I was down there.
Has it changed that much?
yeah.
Well,
I don't recognize Ogden anymore either.
I mean, I was going to the cemetery, and they've just developed the houses around the cemetery so much and changed the streets and everything. I got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are
Usually it's a direct drive, but
there are parts of Ogden that I mean, there's still parts that I recognize quite well, but there are other parts that I think, wait, what happened here?
And I go back to Roy, that I literally remember when it was all farmland.
It was all cornfields.
Not anymore.
All right. Boner recap time.
Indeed. Do we have somebody there who would like to do it?
The randomizer has picked Allie. Hello, Allie.
Allie.
Hi.
Hi. Where are you calling from, Allie?
I'm from Lehigh.
Lehigh. And what are you doing today? Anything important?
I'm just a mom and nanny, so we're actually driving to Murray for that.
Oh, okay.
Don't ever
Nothing
say
too
you're just a
exciting.
mom.
Yeah, don't ever say you're just anything.
Thank you.
Or my ex-wife always
I
used
get
to say,
lucky. I get to bring her with me.
Oh, that's good. My ex-wife always used to say,
Yeah.
well, it's just me. Hi, who's this? Oh, it's just me. What do you mean, just you?
Don't sell yourself short. You're important.
Oh, she was short, but
Thank you.
Allie, you're important. And what's your child's name?
It's Mia.
Mia.
And she's just 2. She's
Aw.
little. Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to have the Boner recap here, and if you can tell me who the winner was out of the 3 candidates we presented earlier, you will win a prize, which is
A Radio from Hell chicken bucket, which does not contain chicken, but it does contain a Radio from Hell diner style mug and other prizes that Katie will put in there.
And I guarantee if you take
Yay.
everything out of the chicken bucket and put it on your head as a hat, it will delight Mia.
Mia,
Yeah.
yeah.
It will delight Mia.
We get that mixed up so much, yeah.
Yeah, because we have a Maya sitting here in our control booth who probably gets
Oh,
called
okay.
Mia all the time. And anyway.
Yep.
Probably.
So here we go. Did you see the or hear the Boner candidates earlier?
I didn't hear them, but I think I looked up the right one.
Okay, good. So we had Boner candidate number 1. Texas has taken the fight to big toothpaste. Yes, it's Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. He's saying, well, I'm investigating the toothpaste makers over their use of fluoride in their products. I've sent them a strongly worded message about it. Then there's Boner candidate number 2. Yeah, she's the genius who replaced Lynn Cheney in Congress. It's Representative Harriet Hageman of Wyoming, who said that Trump was right to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, because she said Mexico's been polluting the Gulf's water near San Diego. The Gulf is nowhere near San Diego. It's 1,500 miles away from San Diego.
Yeah.
And then there was Boner candidate number 3. He didn't save my life. I don't even recall him being there. This is a Representative Corey Mills of Florida, who has made military service and his daring do a part of his political persona, helping him get elected. He's claimed he's got a Bronze Star, and he claims he helped save the life of a couple of people. And when finally the reporters tracked those people down, they said, he didn't save my life. He wasn't even here. How could he have saved my life? So that was Boner candidate number 3. Which one was the winner, Allie?
3?
It was.
Yay!
You're going to have the Radio from Hell chicken bucket, which you will turn into a hat. And and we'd like to see pictures of people doing that. So if you would like to send us your picture, just put it on as a hat. Send us a picture. Can you do that?
I'll put it on Maya.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
There we go.
Yeah, sure.
Mia, Maya.
Maya, whatever her name is.
Even you're calling her.
Yeah, do that, and then send us a picture to radiofromhell@x96.com. Nice talking to you, Allie. Hang on the line.
You too.
Hang on, and
Okay.
Katie will talk to you for a minute.
All right.
I'd like to have a gallery of people wearing the Radio from Hell chicken bucket. That
would be
great. As a hat.
So that's been 2 examples this morning, parents. When you name your kids, think about how other people are going to try to pronounce
hard.
their names. All right? Think about that.
It's my sister-in-law's name is Tamara.
Tamara.
Not Tamara.
Not Tamara.
And she probably has to do that
And she
every
has to
day.
correct them every day.
Every day.
Yeah. So think about that, parents.
Now I haven't ever stopped to think, is there a way? Because I think she just spells it like Tamara, but is there a way you could spell it that it would be Tamara? TAHMERE. I don't know, but yeah,
I don't know.
It's confusing. There's no problem with Bill.
Yeah,
it just
Nobody ever mispronounces Bill.
It's Bill.
So we need more Bills. That's what we're getting.
Sometimes people have said it's Bill.
Yep.
It's Bill.
1 L. Well, the confusing thing is it's 1 L.
Yeah. If it were 1 L, that would be kind of confusing.
A little bit.
People would go, is it
Bill?
Bill? But there are 2 L's there. They know it's Bill.
Yes.
God.
Well, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some big boy news and a Pinuendo. Hot Shot Sprinkler Repair and Landscape.
Parker.
Licensed and insured with 42-plus years of experience. Go to sprinklerwork.com, or you can just call Parker at 801-566-8677. Contractor fraud and shoddy workmanship is the biggest complaint amongst U.S. consumers, according to the Better Business Bureau. So to protect yourself, ask your sprinkler contractor for evidence of the following items. Do they have a license? Current liability insurance? Proof of current workers' comp insurance? Quality customer service? Do they show up and finish on time? Do they have more than 10,000 satisfied customers? Are they repair business specialists? Not something they do on their additional job. Criminal background on check on all employees. Hotshot Sprinkler Repair and Landscape specializes in irrigation, valves, system automation, system updates, dry spots, wet spots, installation, landscape design, drip, Wi-Fi controllers, backflow, stop waste. You can tell Parker knows his stuff. So give him a call, Hotshot Sprinkler Repair and Landscape. Give him a call at 801-566-8677, or better yet, just go to sprinklerwork.com.
And one of them was talking about how the writer was saying how much he likes our show, and part of the reason he likes it is that we don't do fake radio voices.
Oh.
It's just our normal voices.
So this is a
and just
sort of a.
I answered the email, and he just sent back another little tag to that.
Is it of
interest?
Is
Is
it?
what he wants to
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Email of interest.
He said, I also enjoy the humor of Edward K. Brass, sports announcer and judicial hobbyist.
Judicial hobbyist.
Yes.
Yes.
Ed will be thrilled to hear this.
And then I got this email. Dear Radio from Hell, beloved leaders of radio.
Ooh.
I just received a text message from a random number saying that I owe Utah Toll Services $11 in an unpaid toll. And if I didn't pay it soon, I would be charged $50 in late fees.
Don't do it.
Also in the text message, it had a link to a .com website. Don't worry, I didn't click the link. I went to UDOT's website, and there they have on their news and alerts section details about the FBI public service announcement and about these text scams.
Yep.
On the page, it states Express Lane program does not use text messages to request payment for fines or tolls. I just wanted to spread the word to our friends of the program. For more details, you can see the UDOT website. Just go to udot.utah.gov and look up Express Lanes and Alerts.
There you go.
And if you get one of those emails, do not click on it. You don't. They're just trying to get money and get information, your access to your information.
You had an email?
I have a quick email.
Okay.
Hello, Gina. My name is Joe. I've listened to the show since the 90s in KJQ. The reason for this email is to let everyone know that despite having disabilities, you're able to do anything you can work toward. My wife is on supplemental oxygen and fighting lupus, and she still continues to run 5K, 10K, and half marathons. She's been nominated to be on the cover of Ms. Health and Fitness.
Wow.
Also comes with a prize that would allow her the funds to get her better oxygen equipment. I was hoping you could spread the word. She's currently in 12th place, and I would love to see her win. So if you'd like to vote for Ms. Tori Sutton for Ms. Health and Fitness, just go to mshealthandfit.com, and you can vote for a friend of the program, Tori.
Well, there we go.
That's very nice to do.
There were certainly a couple of emails of interest. All right, 9:20 right now before we get to Big Boy News. Well, it's, Mother's Day coming up. And we have, it's Erica from Lim Jewelers.
Oh, hi, Erica.
Hello. Hi, how are you guys?
Good, we're great, thanks. How are you?
Good, I'm doing great here.
This is my jeweler. Erica is my jeweler.
Mother's Day. What have you got for Mother's Day, Erica?
Just about anything you want. We have diamond stud earrings, pearls, birthstone rings. We've been doing this a long time, so we have a wide array of things for you to get for your mothers.
When you say a long time, how long has Lim Jewelers been in business?
75 years.
Wow.
Started by Grandpa Lim?
Yes, my grandfather, Stanley.
Stanley Lim.
And they're artists there. Yeah. They create some of these items right there at Lim Jewelers.
Or you could help people with their designs, too, I bet.
Yes, we do that all day.
Where is Lim Jewelers located?
We are on 574 East, Fort Union Boulevard in Midvale, and we're on the south side of the street.
Okay, and this is great for Mother's Day. Get Mom, just some little pendant earrings, or I think brooches need to come back. Let's get Mom a brooch.
Is it brooch or brooch?
I like brooch, but
all right.
Now,
I do too.
We're going to give away something for Mother's Day from Lim Jewelers right now, I think, aren't we, Erica?
Yeah, I'm going to give a keyword out, and you can text it in for your chance to win a $100 gift certificate to Lim Jewelers. But if you don't win that, or even if you do, go into Lim Jewelers, talk to Erica or any of the nice people that work there. You might not have an idea of what you want until you go in. Go and check it out. So text the word diamond, 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 to 33986 now to enter to win.
What's the address again, Erica?
574 East, Fort Union Boulevard in Midvale.
Lim Jewelers. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And thanks for giving us a prize to give away. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Okay. Big Boy News now brought to you by
Waterproof your home with Baseco, because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue, from sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations. Each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
I've been looking at some of the pictures from the Met Gala, which was held over the weekend, so it's for the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
It's a fundraiser,
and it's a fundraiser. They do it every year, and the Metropolitan is maybe the richest art museum in the world, certainly in the country, so they raise lots and lots of money, and it's all been done under the influence and the organization of Anna Wintour, who's a fashion doyen, and she runs Vogue magazine, I believe. And she's published many magazines, and she does this every year. It says here, the Met, one of the wealthiest and most established museums, has begun to look like the Resistance. She said, we've always tried to keep it above politics. Now that's kind of changed. The gala, which in recent years has been criticized as a tone-deaf display of privilege and fashion absurdity, is being seen as what Brandy Daniel, the founder of Harlem's Fashion Row, a platform created to support designers of color, called a display of allyship, especially because Wintour, the Met's gala mastermind, and chief fundraiser and the chief content officer of Condé Nast, said on The Late Show in 2017 that the one person she would never, ever invite back to the gala was Donald Trump.
Yep.
The collision of cultural and current events means the Met is now sitting at the red-hot center of where fashion meets political economy, said Tanisha C. Ford, a history professor at City University in New York.
And the theme this year, so there's a different theme every year. And this year it was, I think it was how black men have...
It's called Black Dandy.
Yeah. Black men have influenced fashion over the years,
and it's about black style in general.
For men in particular.
Yeah, and then they call it black. They called it the Black Dandy. And you should just Coleman Domingo, by the way, is on the board, as is ASAP Rocky and a couple of other people of color. Lewis Hamilton, the race car driver. Pharrell Williams. The honorary chair is LeBron James. So it's very black this year.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance, go look at some of the things that people are wearing.
They're works of art.
Look at Coleman Domingo. My God,
yeah, they're works of art.
It takes a lot to be able to wear something like that and pull it off. I gotta say. Let's see, pop superstar Benson Boone Fresh off a smash appearance at Coachella, he has announced a North American tour that will end with a stop in Salt Lake.
He's almost a Utah.
Boone is no stranger to performing in Utah. He will head to Utah on October 8th with the final show of his American Heart tour at Delta Center. The tour will follow the release of his American Heart album on June 20th. According to a release in the upcoming tour, Boone's song Beautiful Things was the most streamed song in the world last year.
He's a former Mormon. He went to BYU, Idaho for a minute.
I was very impressed with him on Saturday Night Live this past week.
Let's see. Speaking of the Met Gala, a mystery woman was stopped from going into the hotel where celebrities are getting ready for the gala. As the A-listers were trying to leave, a shouting match began when she tried to breeze inside before security guards had to push her back out into the sidewalk and escort her to the curb just hours before the Met Gala began. And there was a lot of screaming and yelling and stuff. And this, I felt bad when I read the whole thing. This poor woman, she kept saying, "I have a room in this hotel.
I'm staying here.
What are you?
I am a guest."
And finally, somebody from the hotel came out and went, "She has a room. We're so sorry.
Yeah, she should get a free room after all that.
We are so sorry. She has a room here. Let her in." Colin Kaepernick and his girlfriend made it out to the Met Gala. Kaepernick has not played in the NFL since the 2016 season, when he began kneeling during the national anthem to protest systemic racism. The former San Francisco 49ers quarterback last worked out for an NFL team in 2022 when he tried out for the Las Vegas Raiders. Despite the lack of interest from the league, Kaepernick, who settled a collusion lawsuit with the NFL in 2019, said he still wants to play again. "I will forever miss it," he told NPR in October of last year, "and I continue to train for it. At the end of the day, I don't want to be in a position where I look back and I have to question whether or not I gave it my all to try and pursue that. I will make sure that the reason I'm not playing is not because of my work ethic or commitment, but because I was held out of it." While he's still training in hopes of making a comeback, Kaepernick spent Monday night at the Met, which he and his girlfriend were dressed to impress. They were, here's the actual theme. It wasn't Black Dandy. It was super fine, tailoring black style is the theme of this year. And, he was there with his girlfriend.
And, back to the Met Gala. I'm looking at pictures of all the usual suspects. Sure. They all look fabulous,
Sure.
Zendaya looks great.
Sure.
Check out what Walton Goggins wore.
Oh, I didn't see his yet. I'll look at it.
It's a long black and white overcoat and a dress.
Oh,
no, good for him.
With a shirt and a tie.
Okay.
It looks amazing.
He can pull it off.
He can pull it off.
Yeah.
If anybody can, it's him.
I forget who said it, but the description of Walton Goggins is he's all forehead and teeth.
Yeah.
But it worked. It somehow works. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
the
it
chat
is.
room. The chat room has a picture of him there. He looks great.
Let's see.
Take a look at that.
Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It has been.
That works fine.
Oh, we got it up here. There we go.
It's been the year of Walton.
It has
kidding.
been.
He's in everything.
Yeah. He's had a great past 6 months, hasn't he?
Let's see what else we have here. Geezer Butler. As Black Sabbath is getting ready to take their final bow, at long last, the weight of legacy hangs heavy, and the bass player Geezer Butler says, "This is something." He says, "Half century. I've already been having palpitations about doing these last shows.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a nightmare last night. I dreamed everything went wrong on stage, and we all turned to dust. It's important that we leave a great impression, since it's the final time that people will experience us live. So this has to be a great night."
Well, it'd be cool if they all turned to dust at the end.
That would be.
Cool.
That would be great. If they could they ought to figure out a way to do that, with
special effects
and make that happen.
Now, here's my question: Is Ozzy going to be in his throne
He'll
while
be
performing?
sitting. He's not going to walk around.
He won't.
Because last year at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he was in a throne.
I think he'll have that again.
And I thought that's probably the best way to do it.
It was a throne with the wheels cleverly concealed. Tommy, is that it? Are we done?
Well, unless you want to finish that story.
Oh, there's nothing much there.
All right.
That's okay.
Weather.
Weather, and it's brought to you by, I don't know who sent this stuffed gallbladder from Etsy. It's cute, isn't it?
That's a diseased gallbladder.
It's a green one, which, it looks like it needed to come out. Thank you, whoever sent that.
What's that yellow thing on it? I can't tell.
It's like a Band-Aid.
Oh, okay.
We can't read the note that came with it, but if you're listening, thank you. I also got a box at home, like from Amazon, like a Get Well Soon box. No card in it or anything. So if you sent me that to my house.
What was in it?
It was just like a blanket and some warm socks and like a lotion, like a post-surgery. It was very nice, and I don't know who sent it. So
somebody who knows your address.
All of that is sponsoring the weather.
And the weather is?
Spotty sprinkles, about a 50% chance today, 65 for a high, overnight low 47. Then we gradually dry out and warm up as the week goes on. By Friday, we'll be in the low 80s, believe it or not.
Thank you.
Listen to Radio.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Moan. M-O-A-N, moan. And now here's the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his son, Denver Criddle, to use this Utah word in a sentence. The mayor has just returned home from a meeting of the Mona Town Council where the big discussion concerned the town's cremation policy and how it affects the Mona Cemetery. Again, the word is moan.
Hi, Daddy. How was the council meeting? What was the big topic of discussion tonight? Did you have to pound the gavel, Daddy? Did you have to have the sergeant at arms throw somebody out of the meeting? It's usually that old Bob Spooner that causes all the trouble. Did you have to throw Bob Spooner out again?
Well, whereas Councilman Spooner can somewhat be argumentative on occasion, tonight he was just the very model of how a Mona councilman should conduct himself. I think he was being civil because he wants to get buried on top of his wife, and he wants everybody to know that he's there.
Can people do that? Get buried after they die on top of somebody?
Well, you can't be buried on top of anybody or any other place before you die, son.
Silly Daddy, I know that. I just didn't know that you could put extra bodies in one hole.
Well, the Mona ordinance dealing with the interment of cremated people states that we allow 2 to 3 cremation burials on top of a family member who was buried at the cemetery.
Does it have to be a family member? Because I'd really like to have my ashes put on top of my 5th grade teacher. I really liked Mrs. Oliver.
It has to be a family member. And thanks for not caring enough for your parents to be put on top of one of us.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I just didn't want you and Mama to fight over which one of you I would be dumped on.
Well, be that as it may, the real issue at the council was of grave markers, you see. Right now, here the ordinance says that you can only have one marker or headstone per grave. So old Spooner, well, he says, when they put my ashes in there with Elva, nobody's going to know I'm there.
Well, that don't seem right.
No, it don't seem right, because it ain't right. So the council decided that we will keep it if you have 2 or 3 cremated folks added to one grave, and then they can each have a marker so folks will know who all is in there. But the markers have to be them flat ones.
Well, why do they have to be flat, Daddy?
Because of all the grass that's got to get mowed. When they get out there, mown, the mowers just go right over the top of them flat markers. Mown all that grass, as tough as it is. Well, I don't need their maintenance crews. I don't need them maintenance crews making moaning and all that about all the hard work they do.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
X96.
All right. We got to tell you about Salt Lake Film Society.
Oh, yeah. Take your mom to the movies this weekend for Mother's Day.
Don't you take her to the movies?
Why not? And actually, when my mom and I go to the movie, we like to go to the Broadway Center Cinemas. That's one of our favorite
Where
places
I went to
go.
see Sinners.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'll take her to see that, but I might take her to see 500 Days of Summer. That's playing this week. That's more of a mom.
That's a mom movie.
Mom kind of movie.
Yeah.
They've got that this weekend. They also have Blue Valentine. Those indie classics weekend is what they have there, and they have other movies there too. You can find all the movies listed, buying tickets and everything at slfstix.org. You can also join the Red Carpet Club. It's a way you can support retrospectives, film festivals, all kinds of cinema events. They're always doing something unique and interesting that you're not going to find at other theaters at Broadway Center Cinemas. You can see movies that see you. They've got the great concessions there, better concessions than you're going to find anywhere else, better staff than you'll find anywhere else. Go buy tickets. Take mom to the movies. slfstix.org.
All right.
I was just reading this article. It was in the New York Times, and it was, let's see, what's the headline of it? Is this late night TV's last gasp?
Uh-oh.
And they start out by talking about John Mulaney
Mm-hmm.
and his weekly Netflix talk show.
Yeah, because his isn't a late night show. It's a watch it whenever you want.
Watch it when you want.
It goes live once a week, apparently. I haven't watched it at all. Is it good?
It can be.
He says, John Mulaney says, it's almost like the way you might remember a bunch of shows from the past, but it's not exactly like they were. He said, no element is new of my show, really, but the way they're being laid out feels a little bit different, maybe.
It feels very loosey-goosey. It feels very, we don't know where this is going to go. Let's just sit down and chat.
But he has guests, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
and musical acts and, and all that.
It's a talk show.
So it's a talk show. And but then they pivot into talking about podcasts and how podcasts maybe have sort of taken a lot of the wind out of late night talk
Podcasts
shows.
ruin everything, basically.
They really do. But for instance, if you listen to Conan O'Brien's podcast, he's way funnier than he ever was on TV.
Well, you have no limitations on
He
a
can
podcast.
just go, and he'll just riff.
You
and
don't
riff.
have time limitation. But yeah, if you listen to Conan O'Brien's podcast, it is not like to the second. Sometimes it goes long. Sometimes it's
they
short.
keep it pretty tight. They keep his show pretty tight. They do. I've looked at the times. A lot of shows don't do that. They'll just go
They'll
as
just
long
go
as
till they
they
go.
need to.
And you can swear and you can talk about things you can't talk about other ways.
But there's still going to be a place for, and I know Hacks, the TV show Hacks has addressed this a bit too. And I haven't gotten too far into it, but you guys have seen it. Like Jimmy Kimmel was on it and talking about what does this seem to portend?
I mean, they actually say it in there. They say late night TV is dying. They actually said before they hired Deborah Vance as the character to do that show, it was either that or they were just going to cancel it. It's on its last legs.
Yeah. So, and she will likely be the last host of it.
That's kind of what they allude
indication.
Well, I'm telling you right now that the money that it takes to make these shows versus the ratings that they're getting and all of that. I think that once Kimmel leaves, that show will end. Colbert, I think that show will end. They
When
won't find
the
replacements.
contract is up,
Yeah.
that'll be the end.
But you could do it as a filmed podcast. Like I don't ever watch John Oliver,
I do.
Live.
No, I mean, like his Last Week Tonight, I just watch it when I watch it. But
Yeah.
that's like a late night
Well,
show.
that's the whole watching shows as their broadcast thing is also, I think, coming to
That's
an
what
end.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I would watch Stephen Colbert just whenever.
Mhm.
But
And
it's-
you can.
But it's it's topical. It's news of the day. It's
It's pretty much the same thing with Saturday Night Live. I probably don't watch it. I don't watch it very often, and I never watch it when it's on. I watch.
But you catch up with it.
And I know a lot. Most of the time, I just watch bits of it. But Yeah, I don't know. And the same thing could be said for morning shows on radio,
Sure.
I guess.
I know there are going to be people listening to this
Later.
via podcast
Yeah.
later. And
Yeah.
and I appreciate that that's an option for people that can't listen in the morning, or maybe you listen to part of the show in the morning and catch up with the rest later. That's great.
And it's too bad that it took people who were in charge so long to figure out that this was a thing that needed to be done. Maybe it wasn't that it should be done, but that it needed to be done because that's where people are going anyway.
Well, we do a show and it needs to be available in lots of different ways for people. You know, we're on YouTube right now. Hi,
We are.
See, say hi, Bill. Say hi on
I don't want to
YouTube.
be on camera. Don't. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys are on camera, that's fine. Just never put me on again. Okay.
But there are people that prefer to consume the show that way. I think you need to be available in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Here's a text. I'm from a younger generation. Why is losing late night TV a bad thing?
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just
losing it's not a good thing.
I
mean,
appreciate the
they're-
commentary. I
Yeah, they're
appreciate
enjoyable
the-
shows.
Yeah, I mean, if you are from a younger generation and you don't watch it,
Yeah.
then you don't know.
You don't know what you're missing.
But I don't watch them anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I used to make sure that I watched Letterman. I didn't watch it live because I did morning radio, but I put it on VCR, and I would get home and watch every single damn Letterman
But
show.
Carrie gets little clips of the late night shows that we play here, and I appreciate that content that we get.
Well, I like the topicality of it, and
And they're good, smart people that come up.
It also enrages Trump. That's another thing that I like about it.
Stephen Colbert is so smart,
Yes.
and funny. It's impossible to not want to have some of that in your life.
Exactly. All right. But yeah, Hacks has been great this season, I think.
It's always good.
Well, you'll never get the old people to quit watching the broadcast of Law and Order and NCIS.
Well, and that's where it's all heading. CBS is going to be all Law and Order.
My mother-in-law didn't want to miss an episode of Madam Secretary. It's like those are the kind of shows that are that's what older people like.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will take a break. We will play a song for you, and after the song, we will crawl towards the exits. Harmon's for Mother's Day.
So before I take my mom to the movies, before you take your mom to the movies, make her some brunch, and you can get everything you need at Harmon's.
Yeah, you really can. It's fresh cinnamon rolls, or maybe some croissants with some delicious imported jam or preserves, and some of that really fancy butter. So it gets, Harmon's has a French butter.
Oh, of course they do. Yeah.
And the fresh baked croissants at Harmon's are
Good
great.
cheese selection.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, and the olive bar.
Oh yeah, you could do some not brunch. You could do a little savory stuff too with the
Charcuterie.
olive bar. And charcuterie.
They have all kinds of the criminelli meats there. You could put that all together.
And how weird am I with the fresh squeezed orange juice? I'll buy just a pint for me because I'm the only one who drinks it, and I'll have 2 shot glasses, and that's it.
And
So
chocolate.
no, it's a treat.
It's a
It's
treat.
like a treat.
And
yes.
they have gourmet chocolate, locally sourced chocolate, and some really fancy brands of chocolate. So it's all for Mother's Day at Harmon's, harmonsgrocery.com.
Listen up, radio.
Day, right?
No, it is spring break next week.
I didn't know you were in school.
Well, the kids are. They're out of school.
And what are you doing?
We thought it would be a good opportunity to go visit Festus.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Well, but we're not going to. Well,
Yeah, Florida.
so
Are you going to meet somewhere?
We thought, how can we visit Festus without actually going to Jacksonville?
Going to Florida.
Festus being Gina's son, who was in the Navy.
He's in the Navy, and he's stationed at the Mayport Naval Station in Jacksonville.
So is he going to meet you somewhere?
So 2 hours north of Jacksonville is a lovely place. I understand. I've never been there.
I have.
Savannah, Georgia.
Yep.
It's not far away.
It's
Yeah, but
Old South.
but it's-
It is
but it's
Old
Georgia, though.
South.
But it's
It's really it's a beautiful place. A lot of good food. There's this place, I think it's called the Front Walk or something like that.
It's the Historic River District,
Yeah, and
which is where we're staying.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
okay.
beautiful.
And I was looking at the 10-day forecast. Now, the 10-day forecast for here
Is the usual.
More of the same.
Is more of the same.
Yeah.
Highs in the 40s and rain snow mix off and on all week long. But then I look at Savannah.
Yes.
76, 84.
Unfortunately,
79.
Unfortunately, though, you will find it very muggy. It's humid.
Humid.
Very humid.
I don't care.
But you might see fireflies. That's cool too.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, have a good time.
And the kids said, "So what are we doing there?"
Tell them there's a theme park there.
Yeah.
There isn't, but
And I said, "We're going to relax and check stuff out."
good.
Check stuff out.
Which means we're going to walk around.
It's a history tour.
But I told them, I'm like, look, there's a pool at the hotel. You can go to the pool every day.
It'll be nice.
It'll be
Okay.
It'll be nice.
Of course, tomorrow is April Fool's Day.
Yes.
And you find this, now I just happen to find this from Reader's Digest, which I didn't even know was still around. It says, a trusted friend in a complicated world. 56 pranks you can pull on people on April Fool's Day.
56?
Yeah. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not going to read all of them, obviously, but if you did any of these things, you're a jerk. You're a turd.
Your friends will not like this.
Here's one called Coffee Talk. If you know somebody who drinks coffee and they put sugar in it, sneak salt in the sugar bowl.
Don't do that.
So that when they put the salt in their coffee, wouldn't that be funny?
No.
How about peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and laughs? It says here, get some crunchy peanut butter and surreptitiously smear it on somebody's shoe, because you know what it'll look like. You know what? Dog poo. It'll look like dog. Isn't that be funny? Bug alert. Put out a sign that says this property infested with bugs, and then put it on your front door. Soapy shower. Unscrew your shower head. Unscrew the shower head and put in a bouillon cube so that your family member takes a shower that smells increasingly like chicken. Why would you do these things? What a horrible thing to do.
It's the worst holiday.
Here's one called Bad Wrap. Completely wrap a loved one's car in saran wrap.
Oh, I hate that
and
one.
then shoot silly string all over it.
Silly string.
Yeah.
Silly string makes everything better.
Gross out. Pretend that you're going to the bathroom and call your kid asking for toilet paper. When they come into the bathroom to hand you the toilet paper, accidentally smear melted chocolate on their hand when they pass you the roll.
No.
April Fool's Day.
I'm so glad we don't have to work tomorrow, that April Fool's Day is on a Saturday.
I'll warn you now. Next year, it's on a Monday. And I have something prepared.
Already?
Yes.
For next year?
I've had this prepared for 2 years.
Okay. Really? Okay.
I'm just waiting for April Fool's Day.
It's a prank?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the day off then. I'm going to ask for it now. I'm going into work day right now.
Oh, you're going to be in on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, there are 56. There are 56 here. I just please don't do any of these things.
Here's a texter. Yes, thank you, friend, for,
Yeah.
for ruining my coffee and wasting my money.
No.
Yeah.
You better buy the coffee for them.
Pull the old switcheroo on a bathroom toilet paper roll, replacing it with a large roll of white duct tape. You see?
No.
Now, Katie doesn't like April 1st because it's the anniversary of the car accident that
That's
totaled her Rogue 4 years now. So.
And today.
Oh no! Wait. Now, are we still? Is our contract run out before next April?
No, because we.
We'll still be here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And today,
say.
just on a serious note, today, March 31st, it was my mother's birthday.
Oh,
yes.
Nola.
Yeah, Nola's birthday, and I remember her fondly almost every day anyway.
Yeah, but especially.
And she died like March 12th, I think it was, something like that. And I went up to the Ogden Cemetery and said, "Hey."
Hey, Mom.
On March 12th.
April 1st is the holiday for every person you know who is passive aggressive. Yeah. If you're going to Savannah, check out the baseball team Bananas.
Oh, okay.
Total different kind of game. It's on my bucket list.
Gina doesn't care for bananas.
Yeah.
But we like to go to a baseball game.
April Fools, my brother put bouillon cubes inside of my shower head.
Yeah, we
that's
talked about
that's
that
just
one.
the one I read.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Get a whoopee cushion. These are from the Reader's Digest. I can't believe it. How about let's see. You want one more here?
Sure. One more.
Honk. Write on a large piece of paper, honk at me. Tape the sign to the back of your friend's car. So that they don't know it there, and they'll wonder why everybody's honking at them all the time. You see?
Yeah.
You see? It'll be funny.
Okay.
Might cause an accident even. That'd be even
sounds,
funnier.
Sounds like a day to stay in bed. That's
Yeah.
what it's.
Yeah.
Just avoid
Yeah.
the possibility of any of these things happening.
All right. Because you didn't want to hear the Nine Inch Nails song that was scheduled to play.
No, I didn't.
You've heard it plenty of times.
Yeah, you've heard it plenty of times, so I pulled out a different one.
You can do that.
One of my personal favorites, thank you.
Just before you do the promo,
Yes.
I feel compelled to mention that Ritz Crackers has a new kind of cracker coming out.
Okay, I'm
for
listening.
a limited time.
I'm listening.
Now, I didn't know this, but they had recently, and now it's gone off the shelves. Hot honey Ritz Crackers.
Yes.
I didn't see
I
those.
never saw those, but apparently they were delicious. Now they've added a new dimension: Ritz new Sun-Kissed Crackers, bringing out a brand new cracker just in time for summer's halo to Sun-Kissed. According to the box, this new limited edition offering is baked to a crisp with a nice tan and adds an extra crispy crunch to the traditional buttery flavor of the Ritz cracker.
So they're just crunchier.
Apparently. Said they're great just right from the box or
Yes.
paired with a vast selection of toppings.
But it sounds like not a different flavoring.
Good cracker.
Good cracker. Good cracker.
It's my favorite cracker.
Everything
It
is
is.
good when it sits on a Ritz. I think I actually prefer club crackers.
Nope.
To the Ritz cracker.
I'm a Ritz guy.
I'm a Ritz.
Thanks to Andy.
Good cracker. Good cracker.
And the best ones are, there they are. There's the
Sun-Kissed.
Sun-Kissed. The best Ritz are seasonal, and that's the fudge cover.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
those.
it's the sweet and the savory and the
I'm sorry,
all
I
right.
missed the hot honey though.
The Oreos are available now. The
Are
ones
they
that we were
finally?
talking about, the pretzel peanut butter
Oh,
ones,
yeah.
I think.
Let me see.
Yeah, they
Somebody
have a,
sent me a photo that they saw them at Winco.
They have
Oh,
a
okay.
pretzel.
Oreo pretzel. Let's see. Oh yeah, here they are.
Yeah,
available.
they're in stores now. So
Okay, I'll go shopping.
dash out and get some.
Hey, would you get me a 5-pound bag of sugar too, please?
Sure. You out?
Yeah. I need a 5-pound bag of sugar. Oh, And get some. I need some Q-tips.
I am out of
Q-tips?
Q-tips. I'm running out of
Q-tips and sugar is what I.
You're not
Make a
sticking
list.
those in your ears, are you?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All right. Let's do the. Sue ordered some Oreo pretzels.
Oh, okay, good. Bring them in.
Yeah, we'll bring them in. That is, if I don't eat them all.
Here we go.
It's a chance you take.
Wednesday's Radio from Hell features things that must go.
Send us the things that are bugging you to radiofromhell@x96.com.
Now, we already have several submissions for watering your lawn during a rainstorm.
So besides watering your lawn during a rainstorm, what do you think must go?
How about too many people sending in watering your lawn during a rainstorm?
Radio from Hell show Wednesday morning here on X96.
I mean, I agree that must go, but we need something else.
All right. Yep. Sue says she's ordering them, and they're on their way. All right. Well, I think that's fine. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Good cracker.
Good cracker. Good cracker.
You know who else is a good cracker?